IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Congratulations to the New York Knicks. They are the 2026 NBA champions. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Got the number one pick in the NHL draft, but the men they can't seem to stump. Do something dumb, that's an observation. CLT make them need to run.
That's Lawrence Taylor.
Cut them every trash, CMT for short. Wonder if we best once you peep the score. Up at the crack of dawn, top stories of the morning. While you're yawning, grab your coffee, rise and shine with 8:80 a.m. This is Drop Time. We provide highlights from your favorite teams. Got Dave and Rick making plenty of picks. It's Rule 76.
All right, let's get rolling here on a Monday morning. I know RJ doesn't like it, but its weather is not good today. It is miserable outside yet again. Good morning. How are you? How was your weekend?
I'm doing fantastic. I think that RJ likes weather. I don't think opening the show with weather maybe is his favorite.
Okay.
Just guessing.
Well, it's fine. How about letting RJ know that Buster Olney is going to be on the show at 7:35 this morning? You think he likes that?
I think he loves that.
Yeah.
How can you not? It's deadline day. Of course you love that.
It is 6 o'clock tonight.
How can you not love that? RJ loves it. Of course he loves it.
Brazoban was just dealt, by the way, for the Mets a little bit ago.
Peralta, yeah, just you name it. I think the only thing that what?
Brazoban was just dealt also.
I saw it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I saw it. I mean, I saw that. I'm paying attention to it. I got it all. I'm dialed.
Yep.
RJ's wide receiver, which he said he was nervous about, he's out. Ricky Pearsall, he's done. We've all seen everything. That's the beauty of this show. And maybe later in the show, we take a segment from Carlin and Dan where they just name people for 30 minutes.
What do you mean?
They have a new segment where they just Jolio, they just pick a team and then just name people from the team?
Yes, they pick an obscure team from either the 80s or the 90s or the early 2000s and just name guys off that roster.
For
how long does this go?
Until they get 3 of them wrong. So either it's a 20-second time limit, you get somebody that wasn't on the team, or you name somebody that was already named.
Yeah, how long I felt like it lasted like a good 25 minutes on Friday.
Well, they named like 35 of the 52-man roster.
Oh, my God. Jolio, be honest. Will you be honest with me right here?
Yes.
You swear you'll be honest?
Yes.
Is it entertaining radio?
I think it's entertaining radio because it's something that I would do with my friends just randomly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's good stuff.
Yankees have acquired a good bat. Garcia's it's a pretty good bat for the Yankees.
Yeah, it's a good bat. I mean, I think the fit's interesting, right? I mean, I think we went over all
where
the
do you play him?
Yeah, I mean, you have Ben Rice, who's your first baseman in your DH,
right?
And then you have Paul Goldschmidt, who's probably been asked to play too much, and now you had a left-handed bat, right? Everyone was talking about a right-handed bat. He kills righties, does absolutely nothing against lefties. So I guess this gives you the opportunity to kind of platoon him at first base with Goldschmidt, and then have Ben Rice be the DH, and then I don't know what this means for Stanton, right? Like we talked about this, like if you're Brian Cashman, how do you go into the deadline knowing that we have, Judge coming back, they know the timeline better than we do, and then we have Stanton, and again, that's a timeline they know. I mean, do you think to yourself, okay, hey, we'll have Stanton back, so when he gets back, he'll be the DH, or do you say, no, we don't know if Stanton's going to be back or what version of Stanton we're going to get back, so we need offense now, let's go get offense, and we can figure that out later, so if Stanton does come back, he can be a big right-handed bat off the bench,
But I think I saw yesterday during the broadcast, Stanton is he's ramping up, he's starting to hit.
Well, they said he's ramping up last time and he hurt his calf again.
Sure, listen, you never know.
But they need offense now. It's just, it's an interesting fit.
I
Especially
agree.
when you're talking about right-handed bat, that now you have a left-handed bat that does nothing against lefties, but absolutely, murders righties.
And the theme for the Yankees, it's the same thing. And if anything happens, by the way, we're 12 hours away from the trade deadline. Mets have made moves. Yankees have made some moves. Anything that happens, obviously the Dodgers making the massive splash, but anything that happens during the show, we'll bring it to your attention immediately. We have a crack staff of people that are monitoring the wires in the other room. So we will let you know that immediately.
We brought in reinforcements, so you know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That whole the bullpen area of the station completely filled with investigative reporters.
That's right.
Yep.
I don't know how much investigation you need to do. You just need to be monitoring the wires.
He can make phone calls.
Right, but a constant refresh. And we have Buster Olney at 7:35 to give us the latest and greatest.
That feels lazy, though. I mean, we're not lazy. That feels lazy.
Lazy.
You're just sitting, having a bunch of people in the office just refreshing the computers. That's laziness.
Is it lazy or is it the way of the world now?
No, I want people in there that are picking up the phone. Hey, what's going on? I want inside information here. What do you think?
I think that's why we have Buster this morning to give us the inside.
I want more. If we're going to bring people in, I want Greg on it. I think Greg could get his.
You want Greg on the phones calling around Major League Baseball to see what's happening.
Yeah, I want Greg on the phone. I want David Stearns to have to talk to Greg. I'd like Greg to call David Stearns.
I tell you what, I would pay real money to listen to that conversation.
Yeah, me too. But that's what we need right now.
You know what else I would enjoy? Jefferson on the phone making some calls.
Oh, would you love that?
Calling around to different teams, finding out what are you thinking about doing here? Also, I might wind up at the game because I have endless amounts of money.
Right, I'd probably be sitting right behind your dugout.
Yeah, heckling you.
By the way, I have a piece of sound for you today. I think it's going to blow your socks off.
Has RJ heard it?
Of course, RJ's heard it.
What of course. I
do
thought
you
maybe
think
you had it. You were going to send it to RJ.
I did. I already sent it to him yesterday.
Is it wild?
RJ, did you love it?
It's one of the. Listen, I don't want to give it away. It's one of the most entertaining.
Do you think I've heard it, or is it like?
No.
Is it like
I hope not.
Below the radar kind of thing?
I think it's below the radar. I will make a proclamation. It is the best piece of sound you will hear in. You know what? The month of August.
Yes.
As we just start the month of August.
Yep. So what's today? August 3rd?
Yeah.
So I got 28 days to go after this. I think it'll stand.
You believe this piece of sound is the best sound I will hear, Joe Leo will hear, you, RJ, will hear, Rick will hear in the entirety of the month of August.
I couldn't stop listening to it. I listened to it again this morning.
He texted me again this morning.
Wow. I think this needs like a real build-up. Like, what time should we play the sound, RJ?
When the moment is right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what the sound is, so how can I know when the moment is right?
You drive the show. You'll know. Like when we need it. We need a little.
But I don't know what. I don't know what the sound is.
It doesn't matter. It does not need to be teased in regards to a sport. But it just if you need a little bump, need a little pick me up.
But is it sports related?
Yes. It is sports. It is sports adjacent. Yes, sports related.
Just know that there's not a chance it disappoints, and just hold off as long as you can.
But why? Why if you have greatness?
Because we already have stuff. We have so much, almost too much stuff.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, we do.
I'll give you this. It's not newsworthy. It does not pertain to
but it's great
baseball trade deadline
worthy.
Not discussion. This is going to put a smile on your face and make you laugh.
So we're going to play it. We're going to discuss it for a moment, and we're going to move on.
There's a chance you want to play it again.
Again and again.
Yeah, like, hey, RJ, can I please hear that again? Yeah.
Is it from anyone at the station?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
No, we're not doing this right now. We got way too much to talk about to play 20 questions.
You're the one that brought it up.
I'm just teasing that you're going to have a nice piece of sound at some point today.
Nice piece of sound.
That's going to make you happy.
Okay. I look forward to that. So, I found that trade for the Yankees to be interesting, and I also find it to be probably, I would assume, the first of many. There is no way they're done here. They're going to add bullpen. Yep. I heard Yankees fans, and I'm not really quite sure why, very upset that Skubal went to the Dodgers and not to the Yankees. Of all the things you need, do you need Skubal?
Well, no, you don't need Skubal. Do the Dodgers really need Skubal?
Well, if Otani's not going to pitch, they might.
They might. I mean, I think it's more frustration, right? I think if you're a team in Major League Baseball right now that feels like you have any chance to win a World Series, the last team that you want to have Skubal is the Dodgers, right? And it's also, and again, it's been different. So, like, to sit here and say, this used to be a long time ago, this used to be the Yankees. And I don't even know if the Yankees back in the day were doing it the way the Dodgers are doing it right now. But, like, they are now the gold standard of a team that every year does whatever it takes to try to put themselves in the best position to win a World Series, and that's what every fan base wants.
Yes. If you're a Dodgers fan, it must be such a treat, don't you think?
Right, but it's like, Everyone's mad at the Dodgers. If the Tigers weren't cheap, Tarek Skubal wouldn't be a Dodger.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of define what's broken around Major League Baseball?
Right, but why be mad at the Dodgers for taking advantage of it?
Well, I mean, why not be mad at everybody else for not?
That's the point. Yeah, exactly right. It's like, don't be mad at the Dodgers, and then you have these people with the tinfoil hats on that this is all been set up by the Major League Baseball owners.
Oh, I've seen a lot of that.
To let this happen.
The owners wanted this that way they can get a salary cap in there right away.
Right, and all the fans will be behind the owners because this isn't fair. This isn't fair.
Anybody could have had him.
Right, but I mean, and then the timing of it. Why do this now? Why not wait till the last second to get a better offer? So I mean, there's all that goes into it. Just because it's hard to imagine that a team's able to do what the Dodgers are doing right now. Where it's like, I mean, during the offseason, you had the two best free agents. The teams won back-to-back World Series, and the two best free agents are now Dodgers. Like you say it joking, like, oh, what do you think Kyle Tucker will end up? Oh, he'll probably end up in the Dodgers.
Yeah, Edwin Diaz, Skubal, right.
Like, so, I mean, every one of the best available players at the time, either in free agency or now at this deadline, end up on the Dodgers. And it's like, well, how are they doing this? It's because they're well run. It's because they have
a great farm system.
Great farm system that they use as the. Why am I having a hard time with this word right now? I'm having such a hard time. You know, like they use that as the.
I would help you, but I'm not quite sure what you're
trying
to say.
The money. It's not money I'm looking for. Like as a way to bring in the players that they need to win now.
Yes.
Like I wanted to say collateral, but it's not collateral.
No.
It's not the word I'm using.
No. These no.
Let's not even play the game. 6-12. But anyway, like they've made the decision, kind of like what the Rams do now, like the F them picks down the deal, is like, hey, we have an opportunity right now, like a period of time where we can go all in and try to win. And because they're well run, because they have the farm system that you're talking about, they use those players in their farm system to now feed this machine that is their
Major
League
League
team.
That's what upsets the Yankees fan.
Yes.
Maybe not specifically in Skubal, because I truthfully I don't really know. Everyone could use Skubal. I don't know that the Yankees need him. Like where are you going to start him? 2,
right, but who
3?
doesn't? Right. But I mean, everyone looked at that deal.
Sure,
and was like,
but I think what probably frustrates the Yankees fan is, hey, why are they trading away big-time prospects to try to go all in to win it now? Why are we not doing the same thing?
Well, here's my other thing, though. It's almost like Brian Cashman gets himself in trouble because, like, I do understand that pumping up your prospects is important, I guess, but is it really important? Like, I feel like he gets himself in trouble because we spend all this time pumping up these prospects. Like, we pumped up Volpe and we pumped up all these different players. And then by the time we see them or we hear, well, we can't trade this guy because, he's untouchable. Or, like, I mean, going back to the Matt Olson, we can't get, we're not going to trade for Matt Olson because we're not going to give up Anthony Volpe. Like, we hear so much about these players that by the time we see them, that I think there's been plenty of instances where we're underwhelmed. But, like, in the grand scheme of things, do we really need to know? Like, what? Like, do we need to hear as much as we hear about, like, George Lombard Jr.?
Probably not, but I don't think that's Yankees specific.
Well,
the Mets have done that forever with their guys.
Right, but it doesn't feel like smart business because the reality is that good teams around Major League Baseball scout these players themselves. Right, it's not like they're not listening to sports talk radio in New York and listening to talk about how the fans feel about George Lombard Jr. They're sending scouts to see who these players are.
Yeah,
right.
You're not catching anybody off guard. It's not like they're like, wait, what have the Yankees been touting their guys? Oh, they're really good? Okay, let's make this move.
Right, but like I was reading a lot yesterday, it's like, okay, so the Yankees were interested in Skubal, right? They should. Like, you pick up the phone, you call, hey, what's it going to take? And now what the Dodgers ask for from the Yankees could be different than what they ask for from the Tigers because there are certain prospects, and I don't care what their rate. No, this is the 12th prospect or whatever. It's like, however we feel about your prospect, either we like them or we don't like them, it doesn't have to match up with whatever they're ranked, right? So maybe they say, okay, I want X, Y, and Z from Detroit, from the Dodgers, but I want this player, and you have to put George Lombard Jr. in this deal. But because we've heard so much about George Lombard Jr., for a lot of Yankees fans, that's a non-starter, right? Like, I mean, wouldn't it be better off, not actually, publicizing who your best prospects are? So when you go to trade them, there's not like this outrage that we traded them?
It's not the way they play the game. Because you know what, it's a good point you bring up. Because let's be frank here, and we watch a lot of sports, a lot of baseball. I've never seen George Lombard play. I've never seen him play. So my entire basis of thinking he's going to be a good player or not is based on what I'm told. It's almost in a weird way like propaganda.
Yeah, but it's almost like you're like sabotaging your ability to actually go make deals because as far as the fan base is concerned, you're going to lose the deal no matter what by trading George Lombard Jr.
Well, not if you wind up winning.
Right. But you know
if
how
you wind up
Yankees
winning,
teams
you don't lose the deal.
No, you don't. But it's just like it feels like it's put you in a spot where you won't make certain deals, or you haven't made certain deals because you have these prospects that we've heard about and heard how great they're going to be, and the fan base is like, no, we're not doing. We play this game every day on the show. It feels like, and we got trade this and this. Like, no. You're not going to get that player for what you just traded. Like, it's going to hurt. It's going to cost you players. That was Dominguez before. It was Spencer Jones before. It's George Lombard Jr. now. It was Anthony Volpe before.
Yeah, but how many of those guys hit? And you know what the funny thing is? The two guys that are your best young players were not hyped. Schlittler and Ben Rice were not hyped at all. So yeah, it is funny the dynamic of how this works or doesn't work for the Yankees or other teams. It's not like the Yankees are the sole team that does this.
No, but I think there's like this idea because it's happened to other teams. Like you've seen the Red Sox bottom out. That if you go all in and you start trading away pieces in your farm system, that you may win, but at what cost? Right? Like you win a championship or 2 championships, and then for 3 years you're not very good. Like, well, the Dodgers aren't concerned about that. You got Aaron Judge, man. Like, how often do you have the best player in baseball, maybe the best right-handed hitter in the history of the sport? Like, wouldn't you use this window of time as the opportunity and just trust the fact that you, or just trust the fact that you're a well-run organization? Like, how many of the players that are like huge, impactful players on the Dodgers winning back-to-back championships are homegrown, developed talent that become their best players? None.
Freeman's not. Betts is not.
Ohtani's not. Yamamoto, none.
Yeah.
Right? Like you use them for what they are.
I always laugh at that. Who cares? The Knicks just won a championship. They have how many homegrown guys? I don't care. No,
right. You don't care. The Knicks have none. Right? They had, I guess Mitch, but everything else was done by deals or free agency.
Right.
That's like it's hard to win with young players. It's hard in a market that wants to win a championship every year to develop young players. Like that definitely has to decrease the hit rate when you jump into it, and the runway is naturally not going to be long for you to struggle because the expectation is you go win, and the fan base is loud and they get irritable fast. Look at, they're ready to get rid of Volpe already. You may get lucky and have a couple guys hit.
Volpe has not been good.
But
if this is your take, if your all-in take is what you want today as a Yankees fan, odds are you're going to be disappointed when you get to 6 o'clock tonight.
Well, it just doesn't feel like you're fully taking advantage of your greatest strength, and your greatest strength may be gone by the end of this next CBA negotiation. Right? Like, you don't necessarily have to be a team that, like, Milwaukee has to do it, Tampa has, like, there's these big small market teams, Pittsburgh has to do it, and then they'll develop these guys, and hopefully they get a Paul Skeens or whoever and by the time, they get through that, through the years of control, they have to win or they have to trade him because they're not going to pay him. Like, the Yankees don't have to do that.
No, they don't have to play that game.
Like, they could go out in free agency and sign somebody for the most money, or they could take advantage of a Pittsburgh or one of these teams where we got a stud in the middle, like just hitting his prime, no more team control, and we can pay him. Right? Like, you can prey on those teams. And I know that Ohtani deferred all this money, but as far as the luxury tax, which you're so concerned about, Shohei Ohtani is $46 million against the luxury tax. Aaron Judge is 40. Right? So tell me how that makes sense. We want to attribute to, like, hey, we don't want to get to the luxury tax because that's penal, right? that's Aaron Judge right now against the luxury tax is like $40 million. Ohtani's 46. So I don't understand, like, that. I get you, like, cash-wise, right? You're not going to pay him till later, and there's other guys that have deferred money. But as far as, like, the luxury tax, the de facto salary cap is concerned, right, he still counts as 46 against the cap.
He sure does, but they don't care about the luxury tax.
Yeah, so why
or they don't care about it to stand in the way of making moves just to add salary.
Okay, but, they've also got, they've won back-to-back World Series, and now they're the prohibitive favorite to win a third in a row.
Yeah, they're almost even money to win a third consecutive championship. By the way, I saw last night during the Sunday night broadcast, Yankees are second, like by a pretty wide margin, second to win the World Series.
The Yankees offensively have been a disaster.
They're terrible.
Awful.
They are. But on the flip side of that, as bad as they are offensively, their pitching is incredible.
I know, but look at the last 6 games. The last 6 games. They're pitching to their starting pitchers are below a 1 ERA, and they're 3-3.
Right, but that's the way it's going to continue.
Well, I know, but is that
sustainable?
Yeah, right.
Probably
in the playoffs, is that sustainable?
Probably not. But in the American League playoffs, it might be.
Maybe. Maybe are they buttoned up enough? Do they play clean enough baseball where they can play these zero margin games?
Can anyone? That's a hard way to play.
Right. Look what the bullpen. It's been great, but at some point they're going to have a blip. And if you got a game where the starter's lights out and you can't tack on runs, and all of a sudden we're talking about a 2-1 game or whatever it is, at some point the bullpen, one of the guys that you bring in is not going to be at his best, and it's going to cost you. So listen, they needed a bat. They brought in a bat. I think it goes back.
It's a weird bat to bring in, though. Well, I like him. And listen, it's a good bat. It's just kind of redundant.
That's the word, right? Just like
that
Stanton.
Was the word.
Yeah, well, no, that's the word. For this, that wasn't the word I was thinking about. But this thing, and I don't want to hear that it was the National League MVP. He just hit 59 home runs. Me and you had the conversation. It's there's not better ways to spend your money. All we hear about is money and having to pay, a tax bill, all these different things. I got to pay for the stadium, and I have board members. Well, you have Aaron Judge. Why bring in the same player? Right? We're at that time we were talking about, hey, they could use some left hand. It's Yankee Stadium. Where's the left-handed bats? I don't know. Bryce Harper would have fit. I don't know. Matt Olson would have looked good at first base. Freddie Freeman would have looked good at first base.
Yeah, but you can't go back now.
No, I know, but it's just
move forward. And today's a day to move forward and to bring pieces.
I feel like when you start talking about this move and you say redundant, it feels like we go back sometimes to Cashman's roster construction, where it's we needed offense, we brought an offense. Well, okay, well, how does it fit right? Especially what if Stanton comes back and he's fully healthy? The guy's not good defensively. It's not like you can throw him at another. He's not a good defender.
What happens if Judge can't play defense?
Right, and he's got to be your DH.
Right. So
and you're not putting Ben Rice behind the. You won't put Ben Rice behind the plate, which would make the most sense. But you don't want to take away from his offense. I get it. But the guy rakes against righties. He's under control for another year, which I don't know what that means anyway. We'll ask Buster, because it doesn't sound like there's owners that think there's going to be no baseball. So I don't know what another year of team control does for you if we don't play baseball next year.
Right. And we'll see what the Mets do during today as well, because today is probably the last day the Mets are really highly relevant.
Today's the purge day. Today's whoever you can get rid of.
The Yankees said no to a trade. I'm sorry, the Padres said no to a trade, which I thought would have benefited them, but they said no to that. So we'll let you know about that. Anything that happens, of course. They had Luis Garcia. The Mets are making moves. Today is a deadline, 6 o'clock. Buster is going to join us. We're going to go around the league. We have sound, which is wild, unbelievable, phenomenal. We'll hear that as well. It's DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This is the Dan Graca Show.
On paper, the Jets have a more talented roster than the Giants do. 1-53, but why is there all this optimism about the Giants? And yet, as far as the Jets are concerned, it seems to be same old, same old. And the expectations are at a bare minimum. Again, you know what the difference is? There's a lot more quasi-certainty with the two most important positions in the NFL with the Giants, the head coach and the quarterback.
The Dan Graca Show, weeknights at 7 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
This is the Michael Kay Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael Kay Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Empower. Katie got a VIP box for the postseason. She worked with Empower to help her get good at money so she can be a little bad. She planned well and was able to bring the whole family.
Who wants homemade egg salad sandwiches?
Even Beth.
Horseradish? Anyone? How about some tuna on rye?
Aw, strike 3, Beth. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York, as trade deadline approaches. You know, we have a big football day today as well. Dan and Carlin, Grassa and Carlin are out at Jets camp today for the 3-hour tour.
I wanted to jump through the phone on Friday, listening to you two.
Who?
You and Jordan.
Why?
Well, first of all, I was getting a bunch of tweets about Jordan's hand motion he was doing in the camera, the hand thing he was doing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and then when you brought up, which I thought was a great point, the whole Baker Mayfield stuff, he's like, no, that's not what I look to do. I look to build a Super Bowl.
So
team.
you were more annoyed at him than you were at me.
No, I was on. Yeah, I was coming to fight for you.
Oh, okay.
That's not how I would do it. Jordan, this is the Jets, buddy. We haven't been in the playoffs in 15 years.
If I could give you a top 12 quarterback for the next 5 years, why would you not take it?
Yeah, right. And then you're like, but then you could use your 3 first-round picks to make.
Imagine that.
No, that's not how I would do it.
That's not how he would do it.
Yeah.
He wants a young quarterback that it takes years to build with.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, this is what happens when you spend most of your time at training camp on the golf course. Just having
West Virginia. It sounds wild down there, by the way.
Little boys trip.
Yeah.
Guys play golf matches every day. I heard Connor. Was it Connor Rogers? I heard
he's rooming with Connor Hughes, but I don't.
Yeah,
know
one of the Connors was talking about how one of their there were little golf outings, and it was
Connor Hughes is down there.
Yeah, it's like we got a handle. We got a handle of this. We got some seltzers. We got some. So you name it, we got it.
Yeah.
What a trip.
Well, it was a day off from Giants camp, and they took full advantage of it.
I'm the conductor.
That's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, honey, I'm going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
But he did, RJ, did he not continue to reiterate on Friday that this is a work trip? He's like, no. And I said, Jordan, you're down there. You're going out for food. You're golfing. You're at the Greenbrier. I said, he goes, no. This is a work trip. This is a legitimate work trip.
Listen, and that's what he has to say. I understand. Yeah. Like there might be family friends that could catch wind of it, so he has to cover his
tracks. Because if his wife's listening, he doesn't want to be like, I'm having the time of my life down here.
Yeah, that right. I get. But
I watch an hour and a half of practice a day.
Right.
But you'll remember what I called his experience in his living arrangement. It's a frat house.
That's exactly what it is.
They're living a frat house. Like they're turning the clock back, 20 years.
Are these a real chance?
It's like old school.
Like he wakes up in the morning and has a Corona.
That's what I said. I envision walking up to this rental house, this Airbnb in West Virginia, and it looks like Mitchellpalooza. That's what I think is happening.
Jordan's walking around with a hockey stick, slapping people with a hockey stick.
Yeah.
I think he's doing whatever he wants down there. I think Jordan, with the way
Jordan runs White Sulphur Springs,
yes. With the way he was talking about some of the residents of West Virginia, he's asserting his dominance over them.
Yeah.
He's like,
but there's a chance that we could never hear from him again.
Well, that's the thing. Like his neighbor, Hank, he can make it disappear.
Oh, yeah.
You might not come back.
Because he just sits on the porch and just drinks beers all day.
Well, Jordan, improperly, I think, is really overlooking, what Hank might be capable of. Like, yeah, I think he takes in a lot of information. I think Hank is like the unofficial mayor, and Hank will make you disappear. So Jordan might not come back.
There's a real chance. There's a real chance a year from now we see a picture and Jordan's on the porch with Hank having beers. Like he's just retired to West Virginia.
I think Hank has got some things figured out.
But he said there's nothing there.
That you know of.
He said there's just nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing to do.
I think you go down there to be at the Greenbrier. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, the attractiveness of going to camp there.
Right. So Jordan's down there to be at the Greenbrier, but he's not really even at the Greenbrier.
No, he's living his life. Casinos, golf course, you name it.
Yeah. Well, good for him.
This is why we couldn't go. I think if you didn't have your demons, I think we probably get sent out of the Greenbrier.
Maybe.
Just do a whole week of shows live.
Maybe. Well, we're not going to Jets camp or Giants camp.
Listen, the Jets camp is timing-wise. I mean, the whole Giants camp, I don't know what happened there. You're supposed to be the Giants.
Well, no, I'll tell you what happened. This is legitimately true. Apparently, Giants practice at 1:30.
Yeah.
So availability is just not there from the hours of 6 to 10. So we would go there and not get guests. So John's like, I'm going to send the afternoon show because that's in their wheelhouse.
They don't get there early, though?
I don't know if they get to that or I don't know. The way John, RJ, did you hear this? The way John made it sound, they're not there early enough that we could have a full docket of guests.
Yeah, it wouldn't be quite worth the time.
Or they just, I mean, that's the nice way of saying, like, we don't want Dave.
I think that's also possible.
Because we think he's a savage. Why? Well, because you're a savage. And I mean, the amount of pressure you put on this team is crazy.
I didn't put any. I have put almost no pressure on this team.
You got them winning a Super Bowl in 5 years.
Yeah, I have them winning 8 or 9 games this season. A lot of people think they'd be better than that.
They won 4 last year.
Okay.
Right. So you're more than doubling their win total, and you have them winning a Super Bowl in 5 years.
5 years, a big window.
Right. I mean, how long was John Harbaugh's window with Lamar Jackson? One of the most talented teams in the AFC.
All right. So.
Yeah,
okay.
I will say that you have not fallen into, I want to call it a trap, but the wind at your back. I thought by now you'd be taken by it. You have not. Other people have.
No, and you said that numerous times that I would be screaming about 10 wins, 11 wins, playoffs, and I've said that 0 times.
So you haven't, which I give you credit for.
But whose fault is that? I think that's our fault. I think if you just kept
what?
I think not your fault, RJ's fault, and my fault. If we just kept our mouth shut and just were quiet.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And said, hey, let's just let this progress naturally and see where he ends up. I think you probably are 10 wins.
Yeah, because it's happened with. I mean, there's people that have gone above it. I mean, Rick, did we play Friday or Thursday? It was Thursday at the end of the show. I mean, there's people talking about 11 wins.
So that was Jordan Rodgers.
Yeah.
And Adam Schefter.
Yeah, Schefter. Oh yeah, if they're healthy.
Schefter said he thought this could be an 11-win team.
They go to the playoffs. I never thought we'd get to playoffs, but here we are.
You didn't?
I didn't.
You did. You thought I was going to bring you to the playoffs.
I thought you'd be talking like 10-ish wins.
No.
You'd bump at 1.
I told you I am going to stay strong at 8 or max 9. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, there's still a long way to go till games.
Only 4 or 5 more wins than they had last year. That's it.
Okay, so what?
I'm sorry. I mean, that's a
what
pretty.
What the Patriots do from 2 years ago to last year?
I understand that. That's a pretty substantial bump. The Patriots also. I mean, all we did was talk about after the Patriots got to the Super Bowl, not us, but just like football people, is we would look to the Patriots to take a step back because their schedule was so easy. The Giants don't have an easy schedule.
They don't. But I'm not asking to go to 13. I'm asking to go to 8.
Yeah, you've been good. I just think it's probably because we've already said something, and we know how you are.
Well, then that's a misstep by you guys.
It is. I'll take the blame for that.
You should have let me run wild, and maybe I would have gone from 8 or 9 to no reason we can go to the NFC Championship game. No, I know exactly what I expect over the next 5 years. And I told you, 8 or 9, year 2 playoffs, year 3, 4, and 5, look out.
RJ, you know what we should have done? We should have kept our mouth shut, right? Let him run free, right? Just let him out, right? Just uncage him, let him loose. and then had the T-shirts made with the 65, and then like systematically, just like you'd see the T-shirt and the 5 was marked out, and then it was a 4, and the 4 was marked out, and by the time we were at the it would be like 62 or sooner.
So yeah, you're right, because now it's on his radar. But you know how this gets done, though. There's really only one way.
They beat Dallas week 1.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
He'll come in the next day.
Oh my! They beat Dallas week 1. He might go missing.
I'll be crazy.
Oh, he'll be here at 4:52, waiting for Ray.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
waiting for him.
Ray would probably not show up that next day.
I think that'd be.
You know what, Ray? I see Ray as a big excuse guy too. Well, it was only because of this or that. That's why you won. No, I don't want to hear it, Ray.
That would unquestionably. I don't think it would come to blows, but that would be by far the closest you and he would ever get.
Yeah, this would be good. This would be Gunling all over again.
Except you would do 4 hours together. At some point, there'd probably be a rumble.
So you think it would be worse for him if the Giants win than it would for me if the Cowboys win?
Well, it's going to be bad for him regardless, because either
for him.
Well, yeah, because either the Giants are going to win, you're going to be unbearable for him, or the Giants are going to lose, and you're just going to say mean things about him and his team. Or you'll come in that next day and be like, yeah, football, whatever.
Yeah, it's Monday. You're not dead.
The only
Congratulations.
way you get a despondent Rothenberg is if the Giants get bludgeoned in that game. That would be catastrophic. If the Giants lose like 27-23 because the Cowboys score a touchdown with a minute to go, I'd be very upset, but I would have some optimism.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's different for Ray because he's super confident.
Well, he also has bigger expectations for his team than I do for mine.
Right. I mean, I think he really thinks that this Cowboys team has a chance to win the division and make a legit run in the playoffs if the defense is it has to be better. The defense is going to be better.
Of course it is.
Because it was awful last year.
Of course it is. All right, let's take a break. Let's get back to the baseball. There was a deal that was discussed between the Yankees and the Padres, which the Padres said no to. 800-919-3776. Here's the question. Because I would imagine today's going to be a lot of Yankees conversation. What would make you happy? Do you need to see the Yankees go all in? Do you want tweaks? Do you want offense? Do you want bullpen? What is it you need to see from your Yankees as we inch towards the trade deadline? 800-919-3776. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
Fans arrive early at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 8th for the 78th Annual Old Timers Day presented by Fresh Direct. See Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Relive memories of your favorite former Yankees and make new memories with your family. After the Old Timers Day ceremony and game conclude, stick around to see your Bronx Bombers take on Atlanta. Get your Saturday, August 8th Old Timers Day tickets presented by Fresh Direct at Yankees.com/tickets today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law, and you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, DiPietro Rothenberg with you on a Monday morning, right here on ESPN New York. So before you ask Buster the question, Jack Curry has the answer for you. Garcia's addition will not bump Ben Rice to catcher to accommodate Garcia's bat.
He is someone who should come in right away and be an impact bat. How will the Yankees deploy him? That's what remains to be seen. I know there's probably a segment of the Yankee universe who would say, they could put Garcia at first and then put Ben Rice behind the plate, and they haven't been getting a lot of offense from their catchers. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. The Yankees have made that clear since spring training. Ben Rice is not suddenly, in August, going to become a catcher. They're happy with what their catchers have done defensively, not offensively.
Yeah, but that's why you would do it, because Ben Rice is a great offensive player. That's funny. They're happy with their catchers have done.
Well, I mean, listen, I could completely understand that, right? Like, I mean, your strength, not one of, I mean, your greatest strength right now is your rotation, right? So if you have, I mean, if Austin Wells handles the pitching staff the right way and is really good defensively, that's great. That's if I'm getting production offensively from third base and shortstop. Like, there's just too many holes offensively to overlook having a catching position that does nothing offensively. Like, it's fine to have one of those. Like, I mean, if you want to have a catcher
they have what? They have third,
short.
They have catcher. They have short. You could argue center field.
I mean, it's too many.
It's too many. Yeah, it's too many. The
Right,
Yankees. We know how they need to win.
You could say second base right now.
You could. The Yankees need to win by outscoring you 2-1 or 3-2 or 3-1 or 2-0 or something like that.
Right. So, I mean, again, could you do it? Yeah, I mean, you could do it. Should you have to? No, I mean, they need to add offense, and I think the curious part of this move is just how, like as Jack said, how do you deploy him? Like, how does it work?
Right. Well, because it's kind of redundant.
It's another left-handed bat. It's another first baseman DH.
So where do you play him?
Well, I think it's going to be Austin. I think it's going to be a situation where Ben Rice is going to play every day. Because he's your best. I mean, he's your best offensive player. And then you figure out what you want to do with Garcia and Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt will play against lefties because Garcia can't hit lefties.
Right.
And then this strengthens you against righties because Garcia mashes righties.
So then there you go. And then he'll be your DH.
Yeah, but then you also have a full-time DH.
When Stanton comes back.
Right,
Yeah.
a full-time DH coming back. And you also, again, I don't know exactly what version of Aaron Judge you're going to get coming back.
Well, that's true. And like I said, if I know that they lead you to believe that he's definitively coming back, but we've heard nothing.
He's coming back.
All right, we'll see.
Like, unless we're talking about something that they're not saying where this could lead to, I'm not even going to speculate what it could lead to, but he saw a doctor that specializes in thoracic outlet. Right? If that was the fear that this could lead to that, if not handled properly, then no, he doesn't come back. But if this is just something, hey, you come back, you'll be 75%, and you'll have to manage the pain, and then we'll have an off season. There might not be baseball, right? So like you're going to have plenty of time to get back from this once the season's over.
Listen, I like Garcia. He's a terrific bat. I find it it's a curious addition. Like you need offense. He's going to just be a duplicate at some point when you get a little bit healthier. Now maybe their thought is let's get to the point where he's a duplicate, right? Like we can't hit at all now, so at least we have him for tomorrow, for today.
Right. I mean, look what the Red Sox are doing right now.
They are on. I don't know that I've ever seen a team this hot before.
Right. So I mean, like this is
you swept the Dodgers in L.A.
I know you need it now. You don't know when Stanton's coming back, and maybe when Stanton comes back, you just say to yourself, he's a big right-handed bat off the bench. Right? I mean, maybe you use him like that. It can't stand in the way you making moves now because your offense is not good enough right now.
Yeah, your offense is not good enough now, and right now your offense is a little bit better than it was before you made this trade. That's fair. That's true.
Right? So even if you bring, now maybe Goldschmidt becomes the odd man out. Right? Where it ends up becoming, Ben Rice will play every day. He'll be your first baseman.
I could see Goldschmidt becoming the odd man out.
Right. Now, listen, he was great, but then you asked him to do too much. I mean, he's an older player, right? So he has, again, attrition's going to kick in. So now if Stanton comes back, you use him against lefties and you use Garcia against righties as the DH?
Is it
if
enough,
Stanton
though?
comes back?
Is this enough?
Is this right now enough? No. Just not knowing. I mean, listen, if Aaron Judge comes back and he's Aaron Judge, then, we're not having this conversation right
to make
now.
this trade anyway. If Aaron Judge comes back and is Aaron Judge, you're going to go to the World Series.
You should. I mean, you do have to.
You're going to.
They need to add some to the bullpen also, though.
What they traded Duvall. They're not done. This is not a finished product with the Yankees right now.
No, I think the real issue is, American League stinks. That's fine, and you can maneuver your way through the American League, but then you're probably going to go up against the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. And have you done enough to beat the Dodgers?
No, I don't know how you could.
And we can point to last year that Toronto should have won and everything else, but still, yeah, it could happen. Of course, it could happen.
I don't know what the Yankees could do right now that you would say to yourself, the Yankees are a better baseball team than the Dodgers.
Yeah, there's probably nothing that impactful that you could do at the moment. Listen, getting Mason Miller would be huge. Getting a legitimate bat behind the plate would be huge. I just don't know if that's possible.
What legitimate bat behind the plate?
Exist.
Hunter Goodman?
He's the best available.
Well, he's the best if he is available. He would be the best.
Right, but he's the one you hear. He's the excuse they'll make on that is he's not good defensively.
Right.
And then what are we doing for our pitch? Are we now taking away from our pitching staff?
Probably so. So I'm sure you saw this. Bob Nightingale had the report late last night. Padres rejected a deal that would have sent starter Will Warren for lefty setup man. He's really good. Adrian Morejon, who actually I believe got the save for the Padres yesterday. He's got filthy stuff. Padres said no.
Well, the Padres are only a game out now.
Oh, they're right there.
Yeah, but that felt like that last week, early in the week, felt like a more potential likely outcome is that they probably won't move Miller because he's the best in baseball and he's controllable, and then you'd have to settle for the next best. It sounds like Will Warren, that's a legitimate offer from the Yankees.
Oh, no, that's legit. That's not one of those, they didn't want to make a trade. No, that's a real offer. And I'm surprised the Padres said no because Warren's under control.
Yeah, or just maybe they're waiting. Right? You wait to see what else is available. Going back to the Dodgers trade, that's what that's I think for a lot of people, the interesting part of this thing is why not wait? You got the prize. As far as starting pitching is concerned, you got the best available. Tarek Skubal's the best.
Sure.
Why would you do it so soon? But
because you got to figure that trade would always be on the table from the Dodgers. Not like the Dodgers said, you have 24 hours or we're going to take it off the table.
Yeah, listen, Monday's the deadline. We'll see what else we have, and we can circle back. But Tigers got what they wanted. It just sucks that, this is just, it's the problem with baseball.
It's a big problem.
And the Dodgers have taken advantage of it, so you can't be mad at the Dodgers.
You think people are angry at the Dodgers?
Yeah. I think they're
why?
angry at the Dodgers. Because I think they're jealous of the Dodgers. I think they're mad at Major League Baseball.
Being jealous, I understand. Being angry at them for what? For playing the game that everyone has the
well,
same
they're angry
opportunity
because,
to play?
You're starting to hear some of the like they got the big tax break with the TV contract, and they're using that as that is one of the reasons they can do stuff like this. Yeah, I think it's probably more, maybe not anger, more jealousy.
Yeah, I understand why teams are jealous.
Like the best team in baseball that's won back-to-back World Series shouldn't be able to just keep getting the best available players.
But you knew it. Like, if I'd said to you a week ago, where is Skubal going to wind up? You'd have said the Dodgers. Like, you knew it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the back of your mind, you knew.
I know there was some. Buster kept telling us the Rays, Milwaukee was an option. You kind of had a feeling it was going to be the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think I think if you got to a certain point where the asking price was going to be real uncomfortable, that the way that Dodgers do their business, it's not going to be as uncomfortable for the Dodgers, especially knowing that there's a real chance that they could actually take advantage of the rental. Right, for a lot of these teams, it's a crapshoot, right? Like, I mean, if the Rays go crazy and start they need it, right? Like, they need to develop young players, and they start getting rid of their best prospects, and they don't win, and they're not bringing back Skubal. What do they do? Right, like, I mean, they wasted
right.
They wasted prospects on something
difference.
That doesn't work.
Is the Dodgers go all in, and if it doesn't work, it has no impact. If another team goes all in and it doesn't work, it ruins them for God knows how long.
Right, which is, I mean, again, like when you're the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets is your greatest strength. Right? Like, I mean, you can afford to do that. I mean, you can afford to go out and bring in new players. Like, you don't have to spend it. Like, would it be great? Yeah, in a perfect world, obviously, it's great to draft and to develop a Ben Rice or a Cam Schlittler or an Aaron Judge. But if you're the Yankees, you don't need to. It'd be great if you could. But the Dodgers,
they want to kind of play in the middle ground. They want to.
Well, yeah, well, just take advantage of what you have and other teams don't.
But they're not going to do that. I mean, they do it to an extent. They spend a lot of money. It's not like they don't spend money, but they're not going to go all in the way the Dodgers do. They're just not.
No, I understand that because they don't look at this the way Cashman and Hal look at this right now, where it's like for them renting Skubal for the run here is worth it because they don't look at the postseason as a crapshoot,
which is wild.
They look at it as we've won 2, we'll win 3. Like we just won 2. There's no reason why we can't win 3.
But it's not a crapshoot. If it was a crapshoot, everyone would have similar odds. They don't have similar odds. The Dodgers are prohibitive favorites because it's not a crapshoot.
Right,
they
which
just
is
won
why
2 in a row, and
they're
still heavy favorites to make it 3 in a row.
Right, which is why I think Yankees fans get frustrated because, especially like even if you wanted to buy into the whole crapshoot where there's going to be luck involved and everything else, and we see it, there is luck involved. There was luck involved with the Knicks winning a championship, right? Like
There's
Boston gets knocked out, so you have home court. Like all these different things happen.
You could argue that they got lucky last year, the Dodgers.
Yeah, but they won, right? So I mean, for the Yankees, in now, right? Not in years past. Today, when you look at the American League, I mean, is it really a crapshoot, or are you the best team in the American League and should win the American League?
You definitively. If the Yankees do not win the American League, something has gone really wrong.
Right. So why not give yourself the best opportunity to do that, and then see what happens in the World Series? I mean, hell, the Blue Jays could have won the World Series.
Should have.
So if not them,
why should have won the World Series?
Right. So if they could do it, why couldn't we do it?
You could.
So let's get a little uncomfortable because the workplace is meant to be uncomfortable and try to give this year's team the best chance, especially knowing that we may lose our biggest strength next year. Why, that might be a salary cap. We don't know.
We don't know, but they're not going to do it. Then that is not their comfort zone.
And what's going to make the salary cap interesting, if that does happen, is not necessarily like limiting how much money you can spend, because there's still going to be there will still be those same teams that aren't going to get to the levels that the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Mets are getting to. It's the fact that now all the teams are going to have a floor.
Yes, which should in theory be good for the game.
Right, but that doesn't necessarily. I mean, that's not great for the teams that have been able to spend all the money and are playing teams that spend $60-70 million on a roster. Like you're going to lose that. Like you'll lose that part of it.
You will lose that part of it. Be good for teams that have to spend money, though.
Yeah, well, it's good, but that's the whole. That's not the point. of course that'd be good for those fan bases and the players. That's why there's a chance that this actually happens. Is because the rank and file say to themselves, hey, all these big-time players are getting paid by these teams, but what about the other teams that aren't spending any money? If they have to now start spending money, maybe I'll get some of that money.
Correct.
I'm just saying you get it on both sides. As one of the big market teams that want to spend money, like the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets, is now you're limiting how much money I can spend, and you're also making other teams spend more money. So they should, in theory, be more competitive.
They should. So, there might be more money all in spent in Major League Baseball. We'll see if there's a salary cap or not. I told you I heard Passan on K recently. He said there's not going to be a salary cap. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but then you hear Buster that says like the rank and file might be interested in something like that. The owners will get what the owners want. And they have to decide. I think the math that goes on in their heads is how much damage are we doing to the game and how long will it take us to get back if we do actually put our foot down. If we just say to ourselves, because the owner said to us when we locked out for a full year, they were all saying the same thing. We'll make more money by not having a season than by having a season because we'll rent out the arenas and everything else. And they were hell-bent on getting a cap. And they just thought that, hey, there'll be some damage done to the game, but we can build it back. Our biggest benefit here is we have cost certainty, so our franchises in the long term are going to be worth more because we have a salary cap. If the owners decide to do that, then the players can say whatever they want. How many players can afford to miss a full season?
Probably not a lot.
That's what they did to us.
Probably not a lot.
Because we tried to fight the good fight, but it's just that halfway through.
It's a hard fight to fight. By the way, Red Sox in their last 26 are 23-3, 28-5 in their last 33. Just swept the Dodgers out in L.A.
Yeah, I think they lost. I don't know if the stat is right, but in July they were 21-4 or something like that. I thought
that's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is without Roman Anthony. This is
Roman Anthony sounds like he might be out for the season, and the same with Crochet. And this
is more than just heating up at the All-Star break.
We'll see. Now, C.J. Abrams would be interesting if he gets dealt. He's a phenomenal player, and he would make perfect sense for the Yankees.
Yeah, but there's also the thought that George Lombard's going to come up here in the next. What is it? August 13th is the date.
Do you understand what happens if you bring Lombard up and you just say, okay, you're my everyday shortstop? That's a lot to ask for him, no?
Yeah, I think so. But all we keep hearing is that the defensively, he's starting to hit now, and defensively he'd be one of the top defensive shortstops in the league.
Defensively great. Offensively, I think remains to be seen. I think it's fair to say.
Which is again, the conversation we had earlier. As a fan base, do you need to necessarily know that? Because I feel like it's and I don't know if it's just specific to New York or just the Yankees because we talk about it, or the Yankees fans are so smart that they're paying attention to what's going on in single A and double A and triple A and everything else. But you hear so much about these players that it's no, I would never do that. I wouldn't make this trade. I wouldn't. It's
right, because you've never seen Lombard play. I'll be honest with you. This is sincere. If he was sitting next to me, I wouldn't know it was George Lombard. I don't even know what he looks like. But it's in you've created this vision in your head of he's the future at shortstop. The same way Anthony Volpe was the future at shortstop. It happens all the time.
Which is not necessarily fair to the kid, right? Unless he actually steps onto the field and that's who he is. And it also puts you in a weird spot where it's these guys become players that you can't necessarily trade because, again, they're untouchables. And the fan base buys into it.
They sure do. They do. All right, let's break. We'll come back. We got NFL. We got Buster. We got Around the League. We have apparently great sound to hear. We have your calls to get to, 800-919-3776. So a lot going on as we count down to the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals. Whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech. Plus, gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. Here is Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. Shout out to Pete from Oradell. Pete, great seeing you at the golf outing on Friday. Thanks for listening to DNR in the morning. Guys, watch for delays right now on the West Shore Expressway 440 north at Arden Ave on Staten Island. It's an overturned truck. Troubles, Garden State Parkway northbound exit 91 in Brick, a collision taking 2 lanes. 287 north exit 8 in Piscataway, a collision. Inbound GWB an hour, Lincoln 30, Holland 40. Sponsored by the New Jersey Department of Health. Public Health works behind the scenes, making sure your food and water are safe, preventing diseases from spreading, and so much more. One mission working for you. This is Public Health. Learn more at nj.gov/health. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite Back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Yankees have acquired a good bat.
You guys have traded for Luis Garcia Jr.
He rakes. Garcia is someone who I think brings a lot of punch to that Yankee offense. 23 home runs this year, 560 slugging, leads the National League.
Pretty good bat for the Yankees.
They'll figure out where they're going to play him. They'll get his bat in the lineup.
But I think what probably frustrates the Yankees fan is, hey, why are they trading away big-time prospects to try to go all in to win it now? Why are we not doing the same thing?
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, now, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Yankees win again yesterday. So they are 3 games in the loss column behind the Rays. Rays have 46, Yankees have 49. Red Sox, who have been hotter than anything you've seen, have 51. So the Red Sox are close. How about this now? The Red Sox are closer to the Yankees than the Yankees are to the Rays at the moment.
Well, I mean, that's what'd you say they are in their last 25?
22 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's what.
And out of nowhere, too.
I mean, they fired Cora. It felt like they were done, and then I did shows with Dan, and Dan said, "No. Hey, listen, this is what they do. Right before the All-Star break, they get hot, but this is. I mean,
no, but this is not hot. The norm.
No, this is more than hot.
of what they do. This is not the typical Red Sox. Let's get a little bit hot. No, they're scalding hot.
I think problem. One second though, just to get just with the Yankee stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the bigger problem for me with the Yankees is, and the conversation surrounding the Yankees is this whole like, we don't know what's going on with Judge, and we don't know what's going on with Stanton. And I've heard people even talk about, like, once Stanton comes back, you just throw him in right field. Oh.
You can't play him in the outfield.
Okay, but it's like they could win like this because their pitching staff is so good. Yeah, I guess, listen, I mean, could they win? Yeah. I mean, you've also seen 6 games now where the starting pitchers are less than a run a game, and you're 3-3, you're 500. So could they win? Yeah. Could they lose? Yeah, they could also lose. They do not strike me as the team, the way they're like currently constituted right now, that would thrive like consistently in these close games where there's no margin for error and you got to be dialed in. You got to run the bases the right way. Defensively you can't afford to make mistakes. Like, that's not who this team is. Like, you see it on a consistent basis, like sliding past the base, getting picked off.
Right. They
like
don't
not
play
knowing you have challenges
small
left.
ball well. I would agree with that.
Right. Like, that's not how they're constructed to play.
But their starting pitching is better than anybody's starting pitching in the American League.
Starting pitching is great. But if you continue to play close games, especially once as we get later on in the season, where as good as your starting pitcher is, you're probably going to get to, 6 going up against these lineups? And now you hand it over to your bullpen.
Probably get through 6, yep.
And now you hand it over to your bullpen, and your bullpen all of a sudden is in every one of these games is a one-run game. Like, you're not going to be able to hold on to every single one of these games.
You might not. Listen, it's a dicey proposition. To try to win the way the Yankees are trying to win right now is very difficult. And they also lose games. Like, how'd they lose that game? Right? Because again, if you won the way they won yesterday, you could easily lose. Starting pitcher is awesome. One bad pitch winds up deposited in the seats in the outfield, and all of a sudden you wind up losing that game 2-1.
Right, you'll be in every game. You'll have a chance
every game
to win every game.
Right.
And now, do you win every? No, you don't. I mean, the last 6 you're 500. So, I don't know exactly what's going to be available, what's available, what deals will get done, and what deals won't get done. I mean, we're sitting here now, knowing that today is the deadline, right? That the move that you just made, to the point you had, was it feels like it's redundant. But we also don't know what the other phone calls were and who would have fit better. Like, this may just be, hey, we needed offense. This guy will help us, especially against righties, so we'll do it because he's available.
Right. And who knows what else is coming down the pike in the next 24 hours from yesterday, right?
Right. So I don't know. I mean, I probably made phone calls about a catcher. And either the price is too steep or the guy we want's not available or whatever it ends up being. But this guy was available. He's going to help, and we'll make it fit. The problem, it feels like, with the Yankees over the last couple of years is that's kind of how they've been built. Where it feels like we got a bunch of guys that don't necessarily have a position but can be DH but could also be this. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it feels like it doesn't fit perfectly. But
what do you? I know you're not a Yankees fan, but what do you want the Yankees to do? You want the Yankees to dangle George Lombard in a trade? Would that make you happy? Is that where you're going?
No, I don't think it has to be dangled. I mean, I would want, Yankees fans are smart. They know what they need. They know what could use improvement. Defensively, the catching position is fine. I mean, Wells is a good defensive catcher, but it's been in an absolute nothing. And then you got Ali Sanchez throwing back to third base. That's one of those dumb plays. Third base is not good offensively. Shortstop's good offensively. Jazz right now is not good at second base. Grisham's not having the same kind of year. You got no Bellinger. You got no Judge. I mean, they need a right-handed bat. Yeah, I mean, they need help.
So you are willing to trade some future prospects to make this team better now, to go more all in, right?
Yeah, I would be more likely now, especially not knowing what baseball is going to look like. I'd also have to know exactly what Judge's situation is. They know better than we know.
Of course they do.
Like I said, I got to think that even if it's not, unless the worst case, and that's always how I would like to do stuff, is just what's the worst thing that could happen? I was actually watching the two Bills the other day, and they said that's how Bill Belichick coaches. It's just tell me let's focus on what the worst thing that could happen is, and we'll work backwards from there. If you're telling me that the worst thing that could happen if you rush him back is thoracic outlet or something crazy like that, then there's no. Like
you can't bring him back.
You can't bring him back until he's 100%. If that's not the case, and it's just like we're not going to get to 100%, but the worst that can happen is that you refracture this thing, and then we'll have to rehab this thing during the offseason, which could be an extended offseason, that he's coming back. He's not going to waste the postseason run because he's not 100%.
No. You would think, listen, but what level of Aaron Judge are you going to get? Even if he comes back, even if he pushes through, are you going to get the Aaron Judge that you're comfortable with? And outside of last year, Aaron Judge in the big moments, big spots, postseason anyway hasn't exactly been great.
Yeah, I would also use this as let's take advantage of having the best rotation. Right? I don't have much longer of Garrett Cole. Schlittler's pitching like a Cy Young, like he's going to win the Cy Young. Got Max Fried.
He's going to win the Cy Young.
Right. Rodon's going to come back. The rotation is good enough to win a World Series. It's the offense right now that's not.
This is beyond what you would even ask for out of a starting rotation. This is the best starting rotation in baseball.
Right. There's no reason over the last 6 they should be 3-3 with how good the rotation's been.
It's weird, though. Like you shouldn't be this dominant with your starters and this, mediocre as a team.
They don't score enough runs, Dave.
They don't score any.
They strike out too much. It's just the offense is not good right now. It's not. And so I don't know. I'm not privy to the details of what's going on with Judge and what's going on with Stanton and where Bellinger's at. Bellinger's going to be back. It sounds like Stanton's progressing to coming back, but even when he's back, I don't know how long it's going to take for him to get his timing back, if he's strictly a DH, like what that plan is for him. But Judge is the biggest piece. If you're telling me that Aaron Judge is going to come back and be healthy, then, yeah, I would try to load up and take advantage of this. Because, again, there is too much of the unknown going into the CBA negotiation. Is there going to be a cap? Is there not going to be a cap? How much time are we going to miss? There's just too much.
Daily News had a little blurb yesterday, said they have still no idea when Aaron Judge will return.
And then if Aaron Judge comes back, is he playing? Are you comfortable with him in right field?
If he's healthy?
Yeah, I guess.
No. I have to be, don't I?
Well, yeah, I guess, but you're also talking about a guy that's 6'7", 200 and how many pounds? That's not going to go in the outfield and just you're talking about the most important part of the season. Is he not going to die for a ball?
He's going to have to die for a ball.
Right, so you would probably, in theory, if you want to keep him as healthy as possible, probably.
Of course I would, but I'm not going to not play Stanton, who might be my best postseason hitter when he's healthy and right.
Judge was your best postseason hitter last year.
Okay. Oh, consistently over the last 5 years, it has not been.
If I'm making a choice of getting Aaron Judge back and him being at the best, the best possible version of himself offensively, I'd pick Judge over Stanton.
You'd pick Judge over Stanton, but you'd prefer to be able to play Judge in right field and play both guys.
Of course, yeah, of course you would. That seems like a pretty simple answer to the question. Yeah.
RJ, how concerned are you about Judge? Because it doesn't. Rick is very confident he's going to return.
No, I'm not very confident. I just know I know me and I know him. If unless the worst possible case is I could do something that's going to affect the rest of my career. No, I won't come back. But if it's like no, you could refracture it and then we'll just have to wait for the bone to heal again. He's coming back.
Well, that's what they've told us. They told us, right, that they expect him to come back and that it is healing.
I know what they tell you. They also had me tell you that I had a headache instead of a concussion, which was a lie, and that I didn't have a blood clot. So they don't have to tell you everything. They don't have to tell you exactly what's going on. He went and saw a doctor that specializes in thoracic outlet
surgery. They thought
surgery.
It was thoracic outlet.
Right, but that's the doctor that they're using. Which is why what I'm saying to you is if that is the worst thing that could happen, then he's not coming. As much as he'd want to come back, you're not going to jeopardize your career for that.
Of course not.
Right. But
they
there's
have
plenty
led you to believe that this is not anything like that. That he's at some point he's going to be able to come back this season.
Right, but you act like that these organizations are fully transparent with what exactly is going on.
The Yankees are not the Islanders, though.
It doesn't matter who they are. They're not going to tell you exactly what's going on. They're not going to tell you.
But they told you that he's healing and he's getting closer to returning. Is what they told you. So I should take that as they're lying to me.
No, they can tell you that it's close to healing, but they're not. They can also not tell you that, hey, well, what happens if this doesn't heal right? What if this isn't what if this thing comes and you rush back and it's not fully healed? What's the worst thing that could happen? They're not going to tell you that. Yeah, we took a picture of it. It looks like it's healing. He'll resume baseball activities after we scan it again. That's just the generic, that's what's happening.
Yeah. And even when he gave his soundbite, it didn't sound like this is 100% he's going to come back.
Right, but you're missing my bigger point. As someone that's been through all these injuries and surgeries and everything else, and take the Islanders part out of this, is like you will finally come to a point where it's like rubber meets road. Am I coming back or am I not coming back? I don't think I'm going to get to 100% because there's not enough season left. What's the worst thing I could do to myself?
Yeah.
Well,
can you push through? I understand your point.
Right. Can I tweak it? If I tweak it, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Well, you tweak it now you're done and we can just rest it up. Or it's worse than, it's like, well, no, if you come back from this knee and, God forbid it's not strong enough, you could pop your something. The same thing happened with the calf stuff with these guys. Like, I'm sure Katie had that same conversation. What's the worst thing that can happen with this calf? Well, God forbid you could pop your Achilles. Because it's still not 100%. That's what happened.
And we knew that there was a real chance of that happening, and of course it happened, and then he misses the entirety of the next season.
Right, but I'm saying like these are the conversations that you have, especially this late in the season when it's like, okay, I need to, we're getting towards the postseason now. I got to be back.
We're at the point where, yes, he needs to figure out is he coming back or not? Because if he's going to come back, he needs to start to ramp up soon. We are what? We're 7 weeks remaining in the regular season?
Well, and you also know, regardless of, like Jeter used to say, right? You're on the field, the expectations are the same.
Nobody cares. If you are on the field and you stink, no one's going to be like, yeah, but he's banged up. Nobody
So he's got to get, not only just, he's got to ramp up baseball activities, and he's got to get himself back to being Aaron Judge, some version of Aaron
I don't know
Judge.
that he's going to be able to get back to being Aaron Judge this year, though.
But that just speeds up.
That just throws another monkey wrench into how aggressive are you at the deadline now. Yes. Bellinger, I believe you'll get back.
Of course.
You'll get a legitimate version of Bellinger. Judge is the big wild card here.
Right, but even with Bellinger back, you're still talking about what you're doing in right field, right? Grisham hasn't been the same player in center.
Nope.
Third base, shortstop.
The frustrating thing about that, I think Renan and I were talking about this the other day, is you knew it. You knew that Grisham was going to probably revert back to what he had been.
Well, I just thought, listen, and again, there's so much that goes into this stuff with, fit in the clubhouse and all those different things. He's a good defensive center fielder, had a great year. But, if you're telling me that there's only going to be a certain amount of money to go around, why would I take $22 million of that and put that in Grisham?
I agree. This is not Monday morning quarterback. We said at the time, you don't think Grisham is going to, kind of fall back to the player he has been? And he has fallen back to the player he has been.
Yeah, and he's not getting better defensively, right? He's just that's not getting better. So they have too many holes at the moment, and they're getting great starting pitching. And like I said, as good as the starting pitching has been, you're 3-3 in the last 6.
Yeah. Well, that'll continue. If you score 2 runs a game, you can't get red hot.
Well, no, but I just keep hearing the same thing from people. It's like, well, they could win. Yeah, I guess they could because they'll be in all these games.
But you don't need to win every game. Could you win 4 out of 7 playing like this? I guess you could.
Listen, there are certain teams, right? Now this is not the same sport, but I'll just give you an example. When the New Jersey Devils were at the height of their powers, and they had Marty Brodeur as one of the best goalies ever and all these different things, and they played the trap, that's how they were built. Right? That this is we are going into the season built to play this certain way. We know most of these games are going to be close, 2-1, 3-2, those kind of games, but we are, I built the team for this purpose. That's not how this Yankees team was built.
No.
You were built to have a great rotation, but you were also built to bludgeon teams with home runs and score a bunch of runs. Because you are not fundamentally sound enough to consistently play in these games and not make mistakes that are going to cost you.
That's right.
In close games.
That's right. No, that's not your MO. Your MO is we're gonna put up 5-6 runs a game, get great pitching, bullpen will be good enough, and that will be enough to push us through. You're going to have to, at the moment, and who knows what happens, right? It's going to might look very different 2 months from now. At the moment, that's how you need to win.
Well, you make too many mistakes. Even that play by, Sanchez, what are you doing?
Oh,
why make that
was
throw?
That Thursday? Oh, you weren't here Friday. What an awful, stupid play that was.
Right, but everyone's killing Boone because he said, that's listen, if you're going to make a dumb decision like that, make a good throw. At the very least, make a good throw. Don't compound it by making a bad decision and a bad throw.
Oh, but why? It's not worth the risk.
I know, but you just, those are things that if you're going to play these tight games, you can't afford
But how about the Dominguez play? You have a leadoff triple. The guy slides almost into the dugout off the base. Like, what are you doing? You could even understand if the field was like soaking wet and it was on turf and he went flying by, but neither of those things were true. It was ridiculous. You can't score runs. But isn't that like Murphy's Law? You can't score runs. You can have a leadoff triple, and the guy goes sliding past third base.
The Yankees have a problem. Like, I know it's what drives Ray most, like the craziest, and I'm sure it drives RJ crazy, especially now, just because you know how limited you are offensively. It's like, just like, if this is what you are, recognize that we need to make sure that we are so dialed and so focused. We need to know exactly what's going on. We can't afford to make base running mistakes or defensive mistakes, get picked off. Like, that stuff can't happen.
No, the way you're playing now, there's no margin for error.
None.
No, I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. Now, you're fortunate because your pitching is at that level. But also, is that sustainable? I know they're great. I'm not denying that. But is it sustainable to think that, and it's a lot of pressure to put on a starting staff, too, that go out there, give me 6 1/3 of a one-run ball?
Well, how about the bullpen? Right? This is not like I get we got a 5-run lead, like, hey, use our low leverage guy. Every one of these games is a tight
Every
game.
one of these games. By the way, Nico Horner, he didn't think to challenge that last night?
I don't know what to tell you.
That's clearly ball 4, no?
Yeah.
All right. Let's break. We got Buster coming up in about 15 minutes. We're going to go around the league as well. 800-919-3776. Big baseball football day right here. ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Hey, Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See him in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step Walk-In Tubs. Safety never felt so good. Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step Walk-In Tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step Walk-In Tubs. Safety never felt so good.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. We got to get to some calls because they are beginning to line up. Mets have traded Brausebon to the White Sox. White Sox also acquired Luis Castillo, who's got a big contract. But they're kind of going all in for what they are, right? You kind of like what the White Sox are doing right now.
Right. I mean, take advantage of this opportunity. Buy yourself up some equity with the fan base. I mean, that's the thing for a team like that, though. Like, I mean, it's been bad. So now you have the opportunity.
Right, if they get in, that's a tremendous win.
Right. I mean, it's not the same as the Yankees, but still, I mean, this is. I think that the difficult part for me as someone that's not a Yankees fan, and I'm a Mets fan, you're a Mets fan, and we live through what we live through on a consistent basis, right? Like, I mean, Game 5 of the CS, getting Soto, all the excitement in its 83 wins. And then it's like, okay, we got David Stearns. He's gonna reimagine this thing, and he'll fix it, and we'll be back. And now it's this. You're one of the few teams that's trying to sell almost everything at the deadline. It's like, it puts us as Mets fans in a tough spot because it's like we hear these Yankees fans complaining. It's like, no, give me that. I'd love to be competitive every single year, but I'd
love to be, if I make no moves, the front runner to go to the World Series.
Right, but I also like it. But I also like the other piece of my brain. That's the Knicks. The Knicks piece of it's like, well, that's what we became. We became that with the Knicks, and then got to a point where no. It wasn't okay just to get to a certain point. It was now, let's go get a championship. And to their credit, they did it. But the Yankees are a team that is always like their bottoming out was 82-80.
Right, but that's that. I mean, we've had this discussion how many times? Would you rather be the Red Sox, who have these magical runs, win, and then they're not good for an extended period of time, or would you rather be the Yankees, that you are right there every single year? And I think, if memory serves correctly, you would take the Yankees, right?
Oh.
I thought we've had that discussion.
I think, yeah, but that was before we won a championship.
I would take the Red Sox. I want the championships. I would take.
Yeah, but but you're also talking to somebody that's never won a championship till now. Like, I didn't know what it felt like until I just experienced it with the Knicks. Like, I do think that you get to a certain point, though, where the whole idea of winning the championship and then being bad for a bunch of years kind of wears off, and it's like, okay, enough is enough. I'd like to be back, but I think you've seen, like, there's enough examples in sports right now of the Steelers, the Yankees, where teams that are consistently good, like, their fan bases eventually do get frustrated.
Right, and they run people out of town because they want results, the ultimate prize. Let's get to a couple calls quick. We'll break, come back, Buster Olney, and then around the league. Fran in Massapequa. Fran, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
What's up, fellas? I might not have the best reception. I apologize. Just the bottom line is, with the New York Knicks, we all learn a lesson. Get to the dance and then let the rest play out, because you never know what guy's going to get hot, who's going to do what. And like I said, the great Knicks showed us.
But Fran, is that a recipe? Is that a game plan? Like, get into a meeting with, like, Cashman and Boone and Steinbrenner and be like, hey, let's get in, and if we get hot, we get hot. Like, it worked for the Knicks, but you can't go in as that's the game plan moving into the postseason.
No, but I think isn't that what a crapshoot is, though?
But
like,
it's not
a
crapshoot.
I'm with you. I don't agree with that. But if that's your mindset, that it's a crapshoot, let's get in. The best team, whoever's playing the best baseball
wins. Even if it
wins.
is a crapshoot, you'd still want to give yourself the best chance to be the best version of yourself when you get to the postseason.
Right, at what cost, though? Like, I would point to this year as one of those years where I would spend what it would take because I don't think it's really that much of a crapshoot.
No. If you make a move or two, you should definitively go to the World Series without any doubt.
Right.
And then maybe it's a crapshoot.
Right. I just think there are certain years where it's okay to just say to yourself, hey, like this is
not our year.
Yeah, this is not our year. Like it really is truly like, hey, we're not that good. I can't do enough at the deadline to make us that good. So why? Yeah, we'll be there, and hopefully, if we get hot, we'll make it. If we don't, then we live to fight another day. That's not this year.
No, this is a year you could go all in, and you might see the rewards of that. All right, let's break. We'll come back. Buster, trade deadline day. Doesn't get better than this. Then we go around the league. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Kenny here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Red Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Hey, it's Wendy here. Are you looking to rebound from your high-interest credit card debt? A SoFi personal loan could help. Consolidate your debt with a SoFi personal loan into one low monthly payment, and you could save money on interest over time. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you could hit the ground running ASAP. Apply today with no fees required at SoFi.com/debt-rebound. Loans originated by SoFi Bank. NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debt-rebound.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off. And you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Time for the Buster Only Report. Different day, same great Buster Only, brought to you by the Parisman Firm. Good morning, Buster. So much to get into. Busy day for you, like Christmas morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, excited. Just tons of conversation ahead, tons of trades coming, tons of look back at what's gone on in baseball. So super fun.
All right, was that trade for Garcia for the Yankees the first of what you envision is going to be a very active day for the Yankees?
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to do a big volume going forward, but there are enough sort of fringy right-handed hitters out there that maybe they add an outfielder at some point. I'm thinking of someone like Tyrone Taylor, and they'll add a reliever. I'm pretty certain by the end of the day. That's been a priority from day one. But the addition of Luis Garcia, it's very interesting because, I mean, we've been talking for months about how they need a right-handed hitter. They need a right-handed hitter. Well, I think the Yankees front office just got to a point where they felt like we just need offense. Without Bellinger, without Judge, without Stanton, with uncertainty about, when those guys are going to come back, how effective they're going to be when they come back. We just need somebody to help the offense. So they go and get the guy who is arguably the best hitter on the market in Garcia, having a career year, adjusted OPS of 136, 23 home runs, 26 years old. And he, guys, is one of those players who lights up a room. I just, was talking to him down in Atlanta the other day, coincidentally, and he's just one of those guys where teammates will gravitate to him. I'm sure he's going to love playing for the Yankees.
Right, Buster, but he doesn't hit lefties.
Nope.
Right? So, I mean, Dave's used the word redundant, right? Like, I mean, and this may be the best bat. And again, I don't know what those conversations are, but it doesn't feel like it necessarily fits. Is that fair?
There's no question. It's an imperfect fit. The market was imperfect for what they were looking for. And there are going to be days where the Yankees lineup is going to just skew so heavily left-handed. Here's the thing. If you look at their schedule for the month of August, they're going to be facing a lot of right-handed pitching. It's one of those, they got lucky a little bit, I think, with the way the schedule is going to fall, with the way it looks like it's going to line up facing right-handed pitching. I'm really curious, I think, the way everybody is about sort of how they use Garcia as Jazz Chisholm, going to get bumped to the outfield on some days. But there's no doubt, like, he's not the guy. We were talking about Ryan Jeffers, the right-handed hitting catcher for the Minnesota Twins back in April and May. And the fact is he's not available. There's just not that much right-handed hitting available out there. I asked one source last night, I said, is this, how would you assess the right-handed hitting market? He goes, nothing. There's like nothing there other than those fringy guys like Lane Thomas and Tyrone Taylor.
I just have the feeling if this is what the Yankees, like if you talk about Tyrone Taylor and like a bullpen arm and Garcia, the Yankee fans are going to feel very underwhelmed, and we're going to take a lot of calls tomorrow about why is this all that they did?
Yeah, it was not a good match for what the Yankees need this year and what the marketplace was. The marketplace is saturated with starting pitching, like all over the place. All the contenders. I said on SportsCenter yesterday, it's a little bit like an episode of Oprah where it's like you get a car and you get a car and you get a car. With the contenders, it's you get a starter, you get a starter, and you get a starter. But here's the thing: the Yankees don't need a starting pitcher. That wasn't their particular need. So it wasn't a great fit. And it even has fewer relievers than I think we typically see in the trade market. So I think that the Yankees were making the best of a bad situation at a time when the Red Sox are just gathering momentum and coming up their rear ends.
Buster, so one thing I think that frustrates Yankees fans, and it's a smart fan base, right? They're paying attention, they're dialed to all these games, is you go into a season and they can kind of like, we'll take phone calls, hey, we're concerned about Austin Wells behind the plate. McMahon can't hit. Like they can see all these different deficiencies, and yet we'll wait till we get to the deadline, and it's like, oh, we'll address them then. But like you just mentioned, you're at the mercy of who's available and who's not. Like, why not, if you're Brian Cashman, like fix these problems before the season as opposed to wait now and then not find the pieces that you need?
To paraphrase what you just said, it's like what was perceived at the time to be minor problems became major problems because of the injuries to Judge, to Bellinger, and to Stanton. There's no doubt about it. It always feels like it happens early in seasons where, you call up a rookie and you put him in the lineup and he struggles a little bit. And if the team's playing great, no one notices. But if the team is having issues, if they're having trouble scoring runs, all of a sudden the conversation is around that young player, that struggling guy. Ryan McMahon has not been nearly as consistent as they'd hoped he would be. They thought this year, I remember talking to Yankees people about Wells in spring training, and they thought he was going to take a big step forward. He didn't. And so now it forces their hand. What has happened with those players is that it has forced their hand now to add a player who, he's not a perfect fit. There's no question about it in Luis Garcia.
That you mentioned to us numerous times about we'll see where the Tigers are by the end of the weekend and the Padres are by the end of the weekend. So the Padres they're literally right there, moving up to the trade deadline. Mason Miller, is that done? Is that an off the table kind of proposition now?
Yeah, I haven't heard Mason Miller's name in 4 or 5 days in terms of him being out there. The Padres were playing terribly for a period of time, and that's when his name appeared. And then they started to turn it around, and all of a sudden you're hearing about the Padres maybe being buyers. But their second best reliever, Morejon, is maybe, other than Luke Weaver, the best reliever available. That's a name to watch today. We'll see if he gets moved. But no, the Mason Miller train, I think, was shut down. The Padres are going to be interesting today. A.J. Preller, their general manager, looks at a lot of possible deals, thinks about a lot of different things, including yesterday. There was a report that they're talking to the Giants about Rafael Devers. So maybe it's a salary dump where you take Bogarts, we'll take Devers, that sort of thing, because the Padres are looking for left-handed hitting. I think they're going to be one of the more active teams today.
Buster only joins us here in the show. Buster, Dave and I were talking about this earlier, just as far as like the pitching for the Yankees has been phenomenal. Like the rotation over the last 6 games, I think it's ERA below 1, and they're 3-3. When I watch this team play every day, it doesn't feel like they're built as currently constituted to be a team that can continually play in close games. Like they're not buttoned up enough to play in close games consistently.
Which is why I do wonder, among the changes you might see here relatively soon, is George Lombard Jr. getting called up to play shortstop. Because what you hear about him, he's a young player, and there are questions about his offense. But what you hear about him over and over and over again from scouts is he is exceptional defensively. And if you just decide at some point, look, the other guys haven't put it together completely, to your point about not necessarily being buttoned down, let's call this guy up now. Let's bring him up and see what we have. The one thing we do know is that down in the minor leagues this year, he's getting on base like a 390 clip. He'll take his walks. Will he have that opportunity in the big leagues, or will they just challenge him with fastballs and he doesn't draw as many walks? Yeah, that's possible. But I am going to be curious to see if that's a lever they pull at some point, not only to play more efficiently on defense, but also, to balance out the lineup a little bit right and left, given what's going on.
So, Buster, over to the Mets. They trade 2, big-time prospects to get Freddie Peralta, and they traded Freddie Peralta for, the 18th, 22nd, and 25th prospect in the Rays organization. This has to go down as one of the worst rentals for a starting pitcher you've ever seen in your life.
There's no doubt about it. And there was so much criticism of this trade yesterday, but I'm kind of shaking my head saying, look, for a guy with an ERA of about 5, you're not going to get that much for a 2-month rental. It's been an absolute total disaster. When the year began, you're thinking Freddie Peralta was going to be the leader of a staff that might make the postseason, and instead, he's basically given away because he had lost so much value this year. So not only do you don't get what you wanted to get out of him on the mound, but then when you trade him, his lack of performance. And I talked to GMs yesterday about this, and they were like, he just doesn't pitch that well. Now, you would assume that the Rays, who are so good at fixing things, they'll go to him the way the Astros did with Verlander in 2017 at the deadline and say, hey, you know what? We think you should do this. We think you should do this. Try this. And maybe he gets fixed and he pitches better the last 2 months. But the Mets weren't going to get anything for him because he stunk. And that's especially in what was absolutely a buyer's market among starting pitchers, because it was the one position where there are a million guys available.
Yeah, it turns out, listening to Andy Green, that it was hard for him to be in New York and deal with the fact that he was the top of the rotation kind of guy. So that's great. Another great move by David Stearns. Buster, do you buy into the whole tinfoil kind of hat thing where this is the owners wanting the Dodgers to get Tarek Skubal so they can push a salary cap?
I don't know. It's interesting because the conspiracy theory that somehow it was arranged so that the Dodgers get him. I don't know if I believe that, but I do believe this, that in the commissioner's office, there were champagne corks being popped at the time the Dodgers got him, because he absolutely becomes part of their rhetorical device, their narrative that baseball needs a salary cap, right? And they need more competitive balance. I personally, I've told you guys this in the past, I don't think it's about competitive balance at all. I think it's all about cost control. This is what the billionaires want as they move forward. And they're going to cite this example over and over and over again. And I suspect that there are probably people on management side who are rooting for the Dodgers to win the World Series to, again, reinforce this. I know there are a lot of fans who feel like, well, this is the last strike in a labor war. No, those lines were drawn long before Tarek Skubal became a Dodger. And again, I don't really think it's about competitive balance. I just think that the owners want a salary cap. They're going to do what they can to get it. And they're going to, this will be cited over and over and over again. The Dodgers got Skubal. And what's kind of sad about it is what's obscured is how great the Dodgers are at player development. Like one of the main pieces in this trade was an 11th round pick of the Cubs that they got from Michael Busch. And they turned him into a really great prospect. And then another guy was, from the Padres in a minor deal. And they turned him into a good player. The Dodgers are excellent at player development. And that's a major part of the reason why they're in this position to do this. And of course, there's the money too.
Yeah, of course, there's the money too. So the Mets have started to make moves. Is today? You said the Yankees will be active. The Mets are going to, they're getting rid of everything. Like all of the guys that Weaver, all of them, Holmes. You think everyone goes today?
Anybody who has value, real value in the trade market. And Weaver certainly does. Holmes will have value. I'm looking at the Milwaukee Brewers, kind of wondering if he's fit there. I'm looking at the Philadelphia Phillies, maybe he fits there. But he's one of the more coveted guys. Typically, what teams will do at times is they'll wait a little bit longer for desperation to set in among some of these teams and hope they get what they want. And maybe that's what David's strategy is here, holding Holmes till last. I think there's a lot of feeling that he's going to be able to get back to a major league rotation pretty soon despite his injury.
Buster, last one for me, and I know we're not through the deadline yet, but just like as we talk right now, Dave fully believes Yankees, Judge will come back, Bellinger will be back. They should be the team that ends up in the World Series. Who is a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
Yeah, all of them. All of them. There's so much parity in the American League. It's kind of crazy. I mean, the Red Sox, I don't think the Red Sox are a great team, but they've won 28 out of 33. They're looking for a shortstop in the trade market today. Maybe they get Otto Lopez. They have good pitching. Tampa Bay, with Freddie Peralta, maybe they get a fix there. They have some good players. The Houston Astros have played better of late. Yordan Alvarez is looks like he's a legitimate shot for the Triple Crown. There is no great team in the American League. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I just don't think there are that many great teams. The one thing I would say, there are two things. One, I think that their team is better constituted for the postseason than the regular season because of the depth of the pitching, and that may be borne out. But the other part of this is I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stanton the rest of the year. Like none. I think that they're going to bring Judge back and hope that he's okay and hope he finds his way back. But I think if you injected truth serum into the Yankees, they would tell you, yeah, we have no idea how he's going to be physically.
Oh, well, that's a big matzo ball you dropped off before you say goodbye today, huh?
Buster,
my God.
Hold on one second. Is there any concern this could lead to something that worse than he has now?
I don't know the answer to that. I know that they believe that when he does come back, given the nature of the injury, that he's not going to be 100% healthy when he comes back. And that's a conversation I'm sure that the Yankees, Judge, the doctors are all going to have. What's the upside? Just knowing Judge's personality and I think the personal responsibility he feels to teammates, I think he'll try to find his way back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Buster, you're the best. Have a great day. It should be a fun one. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Always fun.
There you go. That, of course, is Buster Olney. That's he doesn't sound overly confident about Aaron Judge at all there, huh?
No, he doesn't. And again, I mean, you're talking about someone that's 6'7", 270 pounds?
Something like that.
Coming back from that, the way he swings a baseball bat, the way if he's playing right field, it's violent. Yeah, it's just a lot of force he's putting on that area. And you saw once he injured himself, the production, you know what I mean?
I do.
From when he got hurt, you saw the production go down. So, again, my bigger concern would be could I do real serious damage if I come
where
back
you
and I'm
affect
not
your
ready?
future?
Right.
And that's the Buster Olney Report, by the way, brought to you by the Parisman Firm. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS and get the justice that you deserve. The Parisman Firm, where your case is their cause. Yeah, I would be so on pins and needles if I was a Yankees fan, not knowing what's going to happen with Aaron Judge. And even if he comes back, not knowing what version of Aaron Judge I'm going to get.
Right. I actually thought, outside of that, because that's the most important thing, I thought when you asked him the question and he said, he could see the Yankees bringing in Tyrone Taylor and it's like, that's not what Yankees fans are looking for.
Well,
right
I followed that up. I mean, the fan, can you imagine the calls we will get tomorrow if the Yankees moves are Tyrone Taylor and some, eighth inning reliever who's like fine?
Well, just think about that though for a second. Okay. So we're assuming Bellinger will come back.
Yes.
Grisham you'll have, and then Taylor right-handed bat. They probably fourth outfield or whatever it is. But you have two players that we've heard for the longest time were like the next big thing for the Yankees, right? You had Dominguez the Martian, and you had Spencer Jones.
Correct.
Right? You have both of them still. To think that all of a sudden now Tyrone Taylor would be an upgrade when you're talking about guys that were off limits to make deals. My other takeaway from that whole thing was it's all I could think about is when you start talking about the Dodgers and what the Dodgers do really well, it's like, okay, we find these guys, we develop them, and now they become valuable to other teams that need players like that. Because, again, they're not going to spend what we're going to spend, so they're going to need young players to develop. The Yankees, okay, and we've had this conversation 1,000 different times, right? We could have it about Freddie Peralta when you hear what Andy Green said. It was too much for him to handle to be the guy in New York for this team.
Yeah, but you know what's so frustrating about that is Stearns knows him.
Right, but, okay, which is to the bigger point. If it's hard for players that have already established themselves as really good Major League Baseball players, could you imagine how hard it is for a rookie or a young player to navigate all the way through the system and have all these things said about him and then jump into a team that's expected to win a World Series?
Well, and Buster just said he thinks sooner rather than later George Lombard is going to be called up and asked to play shortstop. So you're going to ask a kid with the expectation of go win the World Series to play shortstop for the Yankees?
Hey, you just did it. You did it. And the kid won. He won a Gold Glove, and they're ready to get rid of him. Right. Anthony Volpe did it.
Right, because he's regressed since that moment.
Well, but do you know how hard that is?
No, but yes.
I just think it's especially you're almost doing yourself a disservice to these kids by pumping them up the way that you pump them up, and then putting them in this spot, and then naturally you're going to have highs and lows and ups and downs, and you will struggle. And then on top of that, if the team's struggling. Which, again, you're going to bring George Lombard into this offense right now?
Yes.
With how bad it is?
They're going to. He's going to be called up within the next 2 weeks, I would imagine.
Okay, you want to define crapshoot. That seems like the crapshoot. Is that we're going to develop this kid, bring him up with all these expectations, and he's just going to be good. When I have Major League Baseball players that have been great other places that can't make it work.
Does that really seem like a crapshoot, though? Or does that seem like a pipe dream? Let's call up a young kid and put him at shortstop and have expectations.
Well, I just mean in general, how hard that just in this situation specifically, how hard that would be. Knowing every year the expectation is on a bad team, you live with that, right? I can live with the ups and downs, the growing pains. When you're expected to win a championship and that's the expectation from your fan base, that takes it and multiplies it by 1,000.
Sure, and it's not going to be, hey, George, go get your feet wet. And let's see what you can do and play a couple days and get a couple days off. No. Hey, George, we're going to throw you in the middle of a pennant race?
Yeah.
That feels like an awful lot to ask for a young kid.
Yeah, but just all of them. It's not surprising that it's hard to make that work here. That we've seen a lot that come in, even maybe early on, like Miguel Andujar early on, or Greg Bird early on. It's hard, man. When the expectations.
It's real hard.
You've seen players that have established themselves as great players that come here and they can't do it.
It's real hard. And by the way, I know we haven't spent as much time on the Mets. The fact that Stearns had no idea that New York might be just too much for Freddie Peralta is just another knock against this guy.
Again, where do you see that in analytics, though? Where does that show up? It doesn't sound like he has great relationship skills.
No.
That he would actually know the personality of the players.
No, but of anyone that he would know, you would assume he would know and have a familiarity with, it would be Peralta.
Well, but that's what we heard with the whole Devin Williams thing. Ugh. We just saw it now work out with the Yankees, but they're no, it'll work out with the Mets because there's a trust there and he knows David and there's a relationship.
Right.
Except with this one, apparently, with Peralta.
Here's Andy Green on Peralta's tenure with the Mets.
I know he's disappointed by it. He came here to anchor a rotation and felt the weight of that. And I know from talking to him, he certainly doesn't feel like it went the way that he hoped it would. And I think we all feel that way. I think where we are today screams that we're all wishing we were in a different spot. And he gave us everything that he had, stepped on the mound every single day and competed. I know he wanted better results. And I think when we struck the deal to get him, we were all hoping for a different set of circumstances on this day than what we're looking at.
What a massive disappointment this has been.
It's been a massive disappointment.
I hate this Mets team. Hate them. You laugh. I'm being serious.
They're not an easy team to like.
I hate them.
I mean, there's not a lot of players. They got rid of those guys that you liked. I shouldn't say that because, I mean, the emergence of Benj and
Ewing and Soto and Lindor. And listen, there are still some guys to root for and to like.
But it's not like, but it's not like you like Soto because he's great.
Sure.
Like it's like there's nothing about his like personality really that like.
No, I don't love Soto the person.
It feels like Soto's for Soto. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like he's
I like
not like
Soto because he's an elite baseball talent. I'm enjoying watching McLean and Thornton and
the young guys that are going to be here.
But my God, what a massive, horrendous disappointment of a season this has been.
It might be the most disappointing.
This could be.
Honestly.
I mean, from what they did last year in being so comfortable into a playoff spot and not getting in, to follow it up with this year is just, it's incredible. Bravo to them for doing this. Because this was not easy to do.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't easy to do. I'm still almost shocked. I shouldn't be, but I am. That we're actually.
I feel very much the same way. And they have taken all the enjoyment of watching the games completely off the table.
They've made themselves irrelevant, honestly.
Yeah, but not only that, like I hate them. I hate watch them.
Well, because you hate them because of what they've done to you.
Yeah. Let's go to Justin in Toms River, and then RJ is going to take us around the league in the NFL. Justin, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Thank you, as always, for taking my phone call.
Sure.
You guys brought up a lot of great points with the Yankees. My biggest problem, like what Rick was talking about earlier, the Yankees just don't make winning plays, whether it's in the field or in the batter's box. They just don't make winning plays like they did back in the day when they had the championship teams. And, Buster's report really was discouraging as a Yankee fan. The Yankees have a real opportunity here with that starting pitching to really go for a World Series this year if Judge is coming back. With that caveat, we don't know what's going to happen with him. But there's no reason why Cashman shouldn't be pushing his championship chips in and trying to go for it this year. You don't know what's going to happen next year. It sounds like there's going to be at least not much of a season, if there is a season at all. And Judge and Cole are not getting any younger at this point. Any good organization looks at it. We have a window, and our window is getting finer and finer by the day, guys. And there's, just like you said earlier, these prospects, how many of them actually pan out? The Yankees might actually have to get uncomfortable and make a move that might, sacrifice some stuff down the road. But there's no reason why we shouldn't be addressing this bullpen to our strengths and getting a bat, whether it's at shortstop, whether you trade with the Padres to get Miller and take on a contract like Tatis or Bogarts, you're going to have to get creative. But Cashman needs to get this done because the Yankee fan base isn't going to sit there and let this opportunity this year go.
You are setting yourself up for such disappointment, man. Because all of the thing, Miller, Buster just tells Miller's not available. Tatis, I think they'd love to get anyhow. These things are not going to happen.
That's fine. Miller as an example, but you can't tell me there's not an opportunity out there for the Yankees to get better with the bat that you may have to spend a little bit more, whether it's Miller in the bullpen, whether it's Abe. There's somebody available out there that may have to get uncomfortable. You may have to spend a little bit more for it, but the Yankees need to seize on the opportunity for this season with the starting rotation that they have.
I think you're going to be disappointed. Thanks for the phone call.
Right. We were just talking. I mean, we have two Yankees fans on the show, and they were just saying that it doesn't even necessarily have to be a bat. They had a big bullpen arm in their own.
Right. RJ, Miller's not going to happen. I think we know that now. I mean, how could you trade him? You're a game out if you're the Padres. You're playing good baseball. Who's the guy in the bullpen? Is Luke Weaver the guy that moves the needle for you?
I'd welcome Luke Weaver back.
So they add Luke Weaver, and you look at this as they've gone all in?
I mean, what's your definition of all in? Like clearing out your farm system? Like I don't know that necessarily.
Take all of it, just right in there.
Yeah, I don't know that forcing a move. It feels like there's a plan. I don't know if the plan's going to work, but it does. The more this goes, it does feel like Lombard is like we're going to see him.
Like there's a plan though.
What's that?
How could you take away from what Buster just said and say that there's an actual definitive plan as opposed to, hey, we know we need offense. This doesn't necessarily fit.
Right.
But it's the best available, so we'll take it.
Well, I think that
that's not like a great plan.
Well, he said it, and I said this last week. Not to toot my own horn. This deadline does not match what the Yankees need. So I think the whole thing is trying to pound a square
but you
peg into a
figure it
round hole.
out because you have a real chance this year, and you don't know what next year is going to bring.
Well, that's why I think a bullpen arm is as good as you're going to get. I don't know that there'll be a bat addition. I'm intrigued by Rutschman, but I don't know what all the other catchers have been taken off the market. So that's what I mean when you say all in. I don't know that throwing Lombard into a deal just for the sake of making a deal is smart business. In fact, I would advise against even putting him in deals because I don't think you're getting anything close to return unless it's Mason Miller. So I would add another bullpen arm, and I brought this up to you guys during the break. The big difference to me, if we're to assume that they can make it out of the American League, I know that Buster said every single team is a threat. Which, if the Yankees don't win the division, then
which is I love Buster. We didn't have a ton of time. Come on, the White Sox are not a threat. The Guardians are not a threat. These teams are not threats.
Well, but I think if the Yankees don't win the division, which looks more and more likely by the day, then you could be had down the road in a playoff run because you have to play an extra series. But if we're to match up with the Dodgers, if I'm to assume that's who that is going to be on the other side of the bracket, then the big difference, if I'm a Yankee fan, and I am, is you're not throwing Rodon in Game 2. You're not throwing Clark Schmidt in Game 3. You're not throwing Luis Heel in Game 4. You're going Schlittler to Cole to Fried to Rodon.
Right.
And if you can add another bullpen arm and Luke Weaver's all of a sudden going to lock down the 8th inning and David Bednar's a little bit of an adventure, but he's been mostly really good. And listen, Paul Blackburn, is he going to be made for the 6th, 7th inning in a playoff series? I'm not sure. But he's been really good. Hendrick's been really good. So, I said we were talking about this Friday, Dave. You got to try to win games 3-1. Is it ugly? Is it preferable? Is it preferable though? But what else are you going to do? This is how they're built.
And a bat.
Yeah, but what? You don't want to hear this, but it all hinges on your bats are on the IL. Those are going to be your additions.
The Cashman special right there.
Yeah.
Hang on. You're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York. By the way, you sit here and you tell it, and you're right. I mean, that's a hell of a four-man rotation, but I can match it with Yamamoto, Skubal, Sasaki, Blake Snell.
Yeah.
I mean, right? So as great as you are, they're equally great.
Well, the Skubal thing really, as Michael would say, that is now the fly in the ointment. And I think the Dodgers looked at the landscape of things, and I think Skubal was more of a necessary addition for where they're at. I mean, listen, they gave up some pretty high.
The lineup is also better than yours.
Well, everyone's better than ours.
Right, but you keep talking like when are those prospects that they gave up going to help them win a championship in the near future? They're not, right?
They're not. Most of I mean, if you look at the top 50 MLB prospect list, there's Dodger logos all over that thing. They're dealing from a place of power. This is what they should be doing. They're well run.
They've cracked the code, is what they've done.
Yes, they have. But listen, I admit I'm reaching a bit here, but I'm trying to build the argument. And there's
what would aggravate me, and I said this to Buster, and it still aggravates me, and I'm not even a Yankees fan, is that we could go through this, and it feels like almost every year, like, hey, they don't have a left fielder. Well, we'll see if this guy can play left field, and at the deadline we can address it. Well, what happens if you can't address it? Right, like you're also now like as opposed to like, hey, this is what's available. It's free agency. If we want to pay this person a certain amount of money, we can go get whoever we want. As opposed to now, where it's like our catcher can't hit. We thought he'd take a step, he hasn't. I think we all could have told you what Ryan McMahon was going to be at third base, right? We all could have said. I mean, pretty much raise your hand if you thought that Grisham was going to have the same kind of year he had last year. It's like, well, you went into the season with all these different things, and now you're at the mercy of who's available and who's not.
Correct. So you had some missteps, right? Because you had listen, you miss, I don't know, represent or whatever.
But just as opposed to just address it, like you know what you're trying to do. You know what kind of players you need to win a championship. What kind of players win championships? Like, let's do that.
It's like, but they always go into the season with, this will be our team.
Yeah.
We'll be good enough to get in, and then we'll address it at the deadline. Yes. That's their MO.
And Luis Garcia fits exactly how they're built. Because where do most of the Yankee runs come from? Where did the Yankee runs come from yesterday? One swing. What's Luis Garcia doing? Having a career power season.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees are going to try to win games 3-1, and one swing of the bat will put them on the board and hope it stands.
Right, but you just traded for another Ben Rice. It's like a lesser version of Ben Rice is what you just brought in.
Yeah, and when he played
he's a
second,
first base DH that really can't play another position because he's not good defensively in another position.
Yeah, and when he played second, he was very bad at it.
Very bad at it. And you can't even play him at second.
No, I mean, I've seen some people speculate maybe you're going to play Garcia at second, you're going to bump Jazz to third, but Jazz is not comfortable playing third.
No, you can't do that.
It's not like Jazz has been great offensively recently either. Not to mention the fact that it doesn't seem totally dialed in at the moment. Well, what's his on-base percentage? Like, one of the things that Jazz should be doing really well is getting on base, and he's not doing that either. Which goes back to the, why say you were going to go 50 for 50 and what you were going to, you don't need to do that. Because that's naturally on your mind now. And you get away from what actually makes you a really good baseball player, which is you can do everything.
His numbers will wind up, not his average is going to be terrible, but his numbers, he's going to wind up hitting like 30 and 45 steals. But I don't look at it as him having a great season by any stretch.
I mean, his on-base is 295.
It's embarrassing.
His on-base percentage in July was 286. His on-base percentage in June was 283. Like, I mean, that's one of the things that he does, like, really well. Like, get on base, steal a base. I mean, you're a 30-30 guy. Until you say you're going to be a 50-50 guy, and now...
Their margin for victory against anybody, not just bad teams, but anybody, is razor thin.
Yeah, but their starting staff is just so good.
Right, but that's why it's razor thin. I mean, it feels like any time that the other team puts a man on base, you're like, all right, here we go. We can't let that guy score. It's like how we could get to 4 runs.
Right.
You just played 6 games where your starting ERA was less than 1, and you won 3 of the 6.
And your bullpen was mostly excellent.
You got 7 shutout innings from a starter and lost the game, and 6 1/3 1 run and lost the game.
Where'd they score over the weekend? 6 runs?
Well, they went 2-0.
They won 2-0.
They scored 2-2, right?
And lost 5-2. They scored 6 runs.
Yes.
They won 2 of them. Yeah,
and then went 2-1.
I'm not
against a good hitting team.
Well, please don't take this as this is the way I endorse this, right? Co-sign this. I'm just reading the tea leaves as this is the plan. So when you say that the plan looks a little wonky, yeah, I agree. But I think that from my interpretation, that's what the plan is.
Well, I think that's going to underwhelm the Yankees fan. I think tomorrow will be an angry day at the station.
That may be so.
But no one's angry with football. Not now, because everyone's got a real chance.
Except the Jets.
Why would you say
How
that?
dare you? Geno Smith just had a nice day.
He had a great day.
Ball didn't hit the ground.
Are we in pads yet?
Oh, here we go.
Today.
Here we go. All of a sudden, you're John Madden, huh?
Yeah.
Joe Madden.
Madden. Joe Leo Madden. Then you know what? Why don't you recuse yourself and not listen to RJ's Around the League? Is that fair, Joe?
No, I want to listen. He's
Why?
prepared.
So none of it matters until we get in pads anyway. So why don't you just sit this one out? Animal.
Yeah.
RJ's worked hard.
Come on. You know what? By the way, Joe jumps on a train at like 4:40 and wakes up at 3:30.
It takes him a minute to get himself ready.
I was like, why? He's like, I'm not a morning person.
I am not a morning person at all.
But how much time do you need to get ready?
About an hour.
You think
An
he wakes up?
hour?
Oh my God. Joe, what do you do for an hour, Joe?
Shower, breakfast, put a couple of snacks in a lunchbox, and walk to the train.
How long does it take you to put a couple of snacks in a lunchbox, Joe?
Just saying.
Listen, we love our snacks here, okay?
Now, you say breakfast. Are you like scrambling eggs at 3:40 in the morning?
Sausage.
What do you have for
Are
breakfast?
you?
Like a bowl of cereal?
Yeah.
Are you frying bacon up?
I'm a cereal guy.
So you shower, you put a few snacks in a lunchbox, and you pour a bowl of cereal and then some milk, and that takes you over an hour?
Again, it takes me a while to get up.
It's his process. Just let Joe Leo be Joe Leo.
Trust the process?
Trust the process.
Joe Leo, you are a real intriguing fella.
Thank you.
Yeah. You blow dry that hair, Joe Leo?
No.
I'd say more, but then you'd hate me, and I'm not going to
Why?
do
It
that.
seems like a fair question, though, if you're up for an hour. No?
Do you watch shows on the DVR? Like, what do you do for that hour?
I do watch a little bit of stuff from the night before that I didn't catch.
All right, so that's something. Now you stay at your girlfriend's house, right?
Correct.
And her parents, not even like your in-laws, just her parents are there.
Yes.
Does it worry you that you're going to be down making breakfast and the snacks and all that? You're going to wake up the house?
I try to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be better served like putting the snacks in the lunchbox the night before and maybe having like a bowl of cereal that worked.
Look, are they snacks that need to be refrigerated until the last minute?
No.
So you couldn't pack that lunchbox up the night before and sleep a little later in the morning?
Listen.
Just to make sure that you didn't wake anybody up. You know?
I like my routine.
Listen, Rick wakes up an hour before, 2 hours before he has to start his commute so he can get a lift in. Joe likes to get some cereal in. We all have our ways.
But Rick needs the time to get the lift in. I don't think Joe needs over an hour to put snacks in a lunchbox.
He's not a morning guy.
Rick also has like multiple jobs after the show, so he doesn't have any time afterwards.
Maybe Joe's doing some important stuff after the show.
So, Joe Leo, do you then go back to the girlfriend's house after the show and just like get into bed and sleep there the rest of the day?
Not the rest of the day. What am I, a bear?
No, but, like, I find this to be so fascinating. You're going back to a home that's not yours. Like to a family that's not yours.
Well, it will be.
Soon. He's just waiting for the right time.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
all planned.
Did they have chores for you when you go home?
No.
No.
Whatever needed, I'll do.
Yeah. He just got to wash his cereal bowl. That's it.
Okay. All right. Listen, that works out great. RJ?
Can I ask you an interesting question, though?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Do you necessarily need breakfast at 3:30?
Yes.
Really?
If I wake up and within a half hour don't have some sort of food in my stomach, I'm miserable for the rest of the day.
Okay.
So 3:30 breakfast.
Yeah. Feels like maybe like a snack on the go, though, maybe.
Yeah. Could you take like a go-go squeeze?
No. I need something more than that.
Like a protein bar or something.
Like a roll?
Raised breakfast would suffice for me.
Yeah. We got a beautiful kitchen there. Maybe you keep your cereal right at the studio.
Right. Or maybe
I'm not making breakfast at 5:30.
You make breakfast at 3:30.
But not at work.
In a home where everyone is fast asleep.
I'm not doing that at the workplace.
But that's where it's expected to be done.
Is it?
Yes.
That's why there's a kitchen.
Oh, here, yeah.
Yeah, what do you mean? If we don't have our breakfast at this office, it doesn't function properly.
No, everyone needs to eat their breakfast.
Yeah. You go breakfast, and then you go to the bathroom, and now you're ready.
All right. Well, RJ, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's time to go around the league.
Well, Joe Leo Mad mentioned pads. Pad practice today, Jets and Giants, both off in an off day yesterday.
Oh, baby.
And by the way, a lot of Geno Smith slander. Tell you what, Saturday at practice, 11 on 11.
Flawless.
Yep.
He should be. It's 11 on 11. He's a professional football player. He should be.
No, that's
flawless and
ridiculous.
stuff.
Joe Leo, that's ridiculous.
How many?
It's 11
How
on
many
11.
guys are having flawless practices with no pads?
It's scripted.
Oh my God!
And he's a professional football player. I shouldn't have to, talk myself into Justin Fields going 7 for 12 and throwing 3 interceptions, or Zach Wilson going 2 for 14 and throwing 10 interceptions.
2 for 14, I understand you would have an issue. Perfect, that matters. That's something.
The ball shouldn't hit the floor.
I think we all had a pretty good inkling of what Justin Fields would look like when we watched some of the practice tape in training camp, and he was dirting balls behind the line of scrimmage to Garrett Wilson. Why can't you just let us have this, Joe? Let us be happy.
Joe, why are you so negative?
Because this team makes me negative. Missing the playoffs for 15 years makes me negative.
You should have been a Knicks fan. You'd be celebrating a championship right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Picked the wrong basketball team.
Geno 11 for 11 in 11 on 11. And Jolio said he's not an 11 on 11 guy. How about 7 on 7? He went 4 for 4 there.
How about that, Joe?
Yeah.
Does that matter for you?
High school players can do that.
Oh,
there we go.
Goodness.
There we go. How many quarterbacks around the NFL are going perfect in practice with no pads on?
Very, very few.
Thank you.
I don't think high school players could go 4 for 4 or 11 for 11. But while we're on the Jets,
your negativity is staggering, Julio.
It's disgusting.
Again, this is what the Jets do to me when I haven't seen a playoff game in 16 years.
By the way, I'm assuming Joe wrote this because we have the schedules of all the teams for the fall.
By the way, wasn't it someone at the station that asked Joe Leo who peed in his Cheerios?
Oh boy.
What?
Because that's what this feels like right now.
This is why we get in trouble.
That's what it feels like. This
Somebody
feels like a
urinated in your Cheerios?
No.
Move on.
Somebody put up all the schedules for the fall, hockey and basketball, and then nobody put the Nets schedule up, and somebody wrote in marker, Brooklyn Nets schedule, ? Anyone? No? Okay. Feels like that was Joe Leo.
Was that Joe Leo?
Had to be.
No, but Harvey, I think, also is a Nets fan.
Yeah,
was.
Oh,
What do you mean he wasn't?
he's done.
Once they moved to Brooklyn, he stopped watching the team.
So this is
He
Joe
got
Leo.
heavier into soccer when they moved to Brooklyn.
Yeah. So Rich Cimini, David Bailey, we've heard the name a lot. He's had a fast start to camp. What have you seen?
Yeah, I have to say he's been one of the most impressive players in camp. He's had a couple of really good practices. You could just see the burst, that first step quickness that everybody was talking about before the draft. You know, they're not in pads yet, but you see the speed and the athletic ability, and so he will play a major, major role for the Jets. He's going to be out there from the first down and on, and he'll be a third down pass rusher as well, and he looks very impressive. I know the Jets are really happy with him.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what you expect.
Yeah,
Jolie, do you sleep in your girlfriend's childhood bed?
John Harbaugh, he spoke over the weekend. Jordan Raanan, you know what? Investigative journalist. You can tell he's already the very calm and cool John Harbaugh. Already, feeling the effects of our buddy Jordan.
As a general question about Odell, you talk about how you've had a conversation with him and has to come in here and prove to you can earn a roster spot. What does he need to show you in that regard?
I don't have the list in front of me. He's Jordan. He's going to the vague questions. He's going to have to catch passes. He's going to have to run routes well. He's going to have to block people really well. He's going to have to practice. He's going to have to endure, make plays. He's going to have to make plays. All the things that Odell's very capable of doing will be the things he's going to do. So there's your obvious answer to your very broad question.
Oh, he would have smacked him across the face if it was socially acceptable right there.
Wow.
He was. You heard how annoyed he was at Jordan.
Oh, that's vague. Your stupid vague questions,
Yeah,
Jordan.
your vague question.
Yeah. How'd you shoot today, Jordan? How about that question?
Did he hate that question?
Did you have a couple beers in the course, Jordan?
Do you think
your buddies?
If he'd come back with that, Jordan, you had a couple beers. How many beers?
Yeah,
what kind of
shoot
beers
today, Jordan?
Yeah.
Do you believe right now, if you got John Harbaugh into like a room and said no one ever finds out, do you hate Jordan Raanan? His answer would be yes.
That's not a good start.
Yeah, he said this Raanan's trying to set me up.
Yeah.
These vague, stupid, vague questions.
Darius Slayton, Dave, you love him, but I think you'll love.
Why, RJ?
I think you'll love what he had to say. So he was asked about the difference he's noticing with John Harbaugh's first camp as opposed to previous regimes.
I feel like he's in that echelon, that elk. And he obviously came from arguably one of the most old school divisions in football of the Ravens and Steelers. So, I definitely think he's what we needed. There's definitely been a sense of accountability off the rip, which has been huge for us. So definitely glad Coach Harbaugh's here. There's no room for anybody to just do whatever they want, is the best way I could put it to you. Like, everybody's accountable. Everybody has to be on time. Everybody has to show effort at practice, or you will be held accountable. So put it like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is music to my ears.
Also, but you knew that was, that was going to happen.
But to hear it is also nice.
They were begging for it, which makes it even better is that you begged for it, you got it. And actually, RJ, you have the Jackson Dart sound there too?
I do not.
So what I thought was even more important was just Jackson Dart talking about how they trust him because they know he's a great coach. And that's because he has the track record in Baltimore. So to just immediately step into a locker room of a team that's won 4 games and instantly have the trust that this guy knows what he's doing is huge for a coach.
Huge.
Well, Cam Scatterbo feels like he got a more stern talking to after the first talking to about his backflips.
Obviously, I do some dumb things here and there, but I learned from it. My coach talked to me and told me how he felt. I learned from it, and will I go do that backflip again? Probably not. So, we live and we learn, and, we move on.
That's different when game time comes around now?
When game time comes around, we'll see what game time comes around. But right now, we're focused on training camp, and we'll keep the backflips off the field for now.
Tell you what, Jordan is just in there.
He's everywhere,
all over the place, omnipresent.
He's everywhere.
What do you think? What do you think Harbaugh was thinking after he had to answer the questions about the backflip at FanFest?
I'm sure he was not happy.
Well, they previously had a talk, right?
Yes.
And this was another talk. You think when he first had the talk, he was like, "Listen, Cam, just don't do anything stupid." And then he watches him do a backflip at FanFest, and to himself, he's like,
"No, this fall over."
No,
he's probably thinking, "How many times do I have to have the same conversation with him?"
Right. Don't do anything dumb. And then he realized, no, I think he might be dumb. hey, Cam, I thought we made this pretty clear before. Don't do anything dumb, but since you appear to be kind of dumb, like, no more backflips off the field.
Like now you just lower expectations?
Yeah.
Like you're just like, all right.
Maybe I need to really specify what doing dumb things means.
Right. Don't put yourself in harm's way.
Yeah, touchdown backflips, good. FanFest backflips, bad.
Bad. Very bad. Cam, off that big injury, how you feeling?
I've felt 99%. I think the 100% is when I put shoulder pads on and I'm able to hit someone. That's when I tell you I'm 100%. But for now, I'm 99.9% okay.
Right out of the Joe Leo.
So ipso facto, we should take 99.9% of Geno Smith going perfect with no pads.
Listen,
how about that?
Joe Leo Madden is not. So, Abdul Carter also
of football fame, not Joe Madden of shoe fame.
That's right.
Yep.
Or managerial
fame. Yep.
Abdul Carter, very, very high expectations for himself.
Definitely, I want to be defensive player of the year for sure. Just my process and knowing who I can be as a person and the belief in myself. I know what I'm capable of, and I know if I put the work in and believe in myself, trusting my teammates, trusting my coaching, I can be whoever I want to be.
All right.
He's going to have a big year.
See, I think that's going to be the one noticeable difference probably with like a functional coaching staff that's really good at what they do is rather than what Brian Daboll and not necessarily Brian Daboll, just like defensively what they did with him and made the decision, hey, let's just move him around as a chess piece as opposed to, hey, the guy's a rookie. Let's focus like first on what he does really well, have some success, and then we can move on from there. I think they're going to do that with Alvaro Ruiz. Where we know what he's good at. Mm-hmm. Let's let him be great at that first, and then we can start. Let's establish that first, and then we can start using him more creatively.
Yes.
As opposed to like overloading this guy with, hey, you need to learn like all these different things at camp. And you can sleep through meetings if you want.
No, we frown upon that.
That's one of the things maybe Darius Slayton could have been talking about. Todd Bowles, he had a lot to react to. We last heard from his quarterback, Baker Mayfield, on Thursday into Friday.
Who Jordan doesn't want. Jordan's all set with Baker Mayfield.
No. Yeah.
Savage.
Jets haven't had a... I think I read over the weekend, Jets haven't had a top 10 offense in like
RJ,
10
he
years.
builds teams to win Super Bowls. That's how Jordan does it.
But you could win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe that, though.
And Baker Mayfield signs with the Jets and instantly becomes what? The second or third best quarterback in the history of the franchise?
It was the exact conversation I'd had with people about the Sabres before this year. It's like, well, is that guy going to help you win a cup? It's like, I don't know, bud. Like, I
hear this all the time about the Giants.
Let's finish 7
Well, John
first.
Harbaugh, he couldn't lead the Ravens to a Super Bowl recently with Lamar. Well, can he win 9 games?
What do you have, like one losing season?
No, but that's your own fault, though, for you put a Super Bowl in 5 years. That's your fault.
Yeah,
it's not my fault.
Yeah, it is. Don't blame anyone else. You can't say the expectation shouldn't be Super Bowl in 5 years when he didn't win a Super Bowl. He didn't even get to a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson.
No.
Get there with Jackson Dart.
He's going to win one with Jackson Dart within 5 years.
So, Todd Bowles, and this is like coach etiquette, coach speak 101 here, but this is how you quiet a story down. Reaction to Baker's comments?
I didn't have a reaction. He had a few things to say. He said it. We were all about ball today, and we moved on. I've heard a lot worse, so I don't really have any thoughts on it. As long as they're doing their job and they come to work every day, if there are conversations that need to be had, we'll have it as a team, and we understand that as well. So we're good.
Yeah, I mean, how do you follow that up? I have no thoughts.
Yeah,
right,
he did not want to answer that question.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's he really going to say?
The interesting part, though, is he just turned 31 in April.
Yep.
And they only offered him a 2-year deal. What's the hesitancy to give him longer than 2 years?
We had that conversation on Friday. Why would you not give him a big deal? Unless you just don't look at him as a franchise quarterback for the next 5 years.
How, though? Dude, they were right there before he got nicked up last year. In the last 3, he's thrown 95 touchdowns in the last 3 years.
I love him. He's a winner. He's athletic. He's mobile. He leads teams on game-winning drives all the time. I love him.
Elsewhere around the league, Sean McVay still has no Aaron Donald update. Said things are trending upwards, so I expect to see him at some point.
That's a scary proposition for everybody.
Yeah, it's not great.
He's coming back.
Yeah. Feels that way. Linebacker, former All-Pro Devin White joined the Lions on a 1-year deal. Packers activate tight end Tucker Kraft off PUP after that ACL tear last year. He's fully back. Not coming back is Ricky Pearsall. Talked about this last week of the Niners season-ending knee surgery on his PCL. That's weird. I don't believe he missed a game in college. And as a pro, he just cannot stay on the field. It's one of those things.
He also got shot.
Well, that's part.
Came back.
Right. I mean, maybe it's just one of those like little runs where he's dealing with health stuff, and then once he gets his knee taken care of, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's really good, too. I think he has a potential to be a big-time receiver.
He gets open, yeah. Xavier
You
Ward.
guys brought Debo back, though.
Yeah, they did.
I
1
love
year,
that.
$7 million.
And he looks good. Looks in shape, which was always a little bit of a concern with him. Chiefs receiver Xavier Worthy left the field early Saturday because of shoulder injury. The reason that is noteworthy is because Worthy had a right shoulder injury last year on the third snap of the season, and that made for his season. So keep an eye on that. Tua Tagovailoa, not alarmed yet, is the phrase he used by his tight back that has kept him out of full practices, but is not sure when he will be ready to participate fully in practice for the Falcons. Bill safety, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I believe was carted off, but good news on that, it's a lower calf strain. I mean, good news for now. We know where that leads potentially, but not as bad as it looked when he was carted off.
It looked like you were grabbing at his Achilles when they were looking at it.
Yeah, Achilles, calf, not great. Saints defensive tackle Brian Brees undergo season-ending surgery for a torn ACL. Falcons, they signed guard Matthew Bergeron to a 4-year, $96 million extension, $60 million guaranteed. Pro Bowl guard Andrews Pete announced his retirement after 11 seasons. DeAndre Hopkins hired as Georgia Tech assistant wide receiver coach.
That was quick, huh?
Yep. And also quick, Tony Romo. Talked about him. Placed on leave by CBS Sports. Sounds like J.J. Watt is going to take his place. I don't know if that's just in the immediate, if that'll turn into a full-time thing. We shall see.
They're going to do everything in their power to get out of that deal.
Well, you heard things otherwise about CBS maybe not being as happy with his
they were saying he wasn't prepared and everything else.
Yeah. So maybe they use this, like you said, Dave Visser.
Yeah, but then this is a great avenue to be done with him.
Could be.
Yeah, it's a crappy situation, but it looks like they could, contractually take advantage of it if they wanted to.
He makes a bundle of money, too.
Boy, so if you're a color commentator, be careful on those streets.
It's no excuse, first of all. Second of all, I have never seen anyone, the fact that he did like a full warm-up before the surprise test. It's like a couple back surgeries, got to stretch this thing out a little bit.
Yeah, not a good last 12 or so months for former quarterbacks that are in the booth. That's it.
That's it. How about Jadeveon Clowney?
Back with the Texans.
Yeah. Well, if you knew that so rapidly, why didn't you say it during the around the league?
Yeah, I should have put that in there.
Why didn't you add it? Why did you get to be a jerk?
Well, I had it in stuff.
I was adding it. That's what I was doing.
I had it in stuff you missed. I perhaps should have reallocated it to around the league.
I heard the tone of your voice, though. You've been snippy.
It wasn't snippy.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was more inquisitive.
And what about Jadeveon Clowney?
What about Jadeveon Clowney?
RJ knows. He knows everything. Okay.
Did Darius Slayton say elk
instead of ilk?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the one to comment on things like that since I thought it was a vein of my existence. So,
RJ, do you have that sound still?
He wiped it as soon as he played it.
Well, I don't. He might not have it handy. He goes
to
different pages.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah, could I?
I feel like he's in that echelon, that elk. He obviously came from.
Yeah, he's in the elk.
I feel like Joe Leo's been in an elk before.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. He looks like that type.
Haven't hunted a day in my life.
Never.
No?
Nope.
What do you do for fun?
He's up early enough. You should be out there.
Hunts breakfast.
He's hungry.
What's like a fun day for Joe Leo?
Fun day?
Yeah.
I don't leave the couch and watch sports all day or Star Wars.
That is a nice day.
Oh, Star Wars. And then goes up to his girlfriend's high school bedroom and makes love.
What's the matter with you?
There's a reason. I don't think that many people here at the station hate us right now. I'd like to keep it that way.
Julio, how do you get intimate, though? Like, how close? What's the proximity?
RJ, we have commercials to play. Yes?
That's a fair question.
Let's do anything.
He's about to get engaged.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Apparently, the greatest sound known to man is out there, and we'll hear it next. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Fans arrive early at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 8th for the 78th Annual Old Timers Day presented by Fresh Direct. See Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Relive memories of your favorite former Yankees and make new memories with your family. After the Old Timers Day ceremony and game conclude, stick around to see your Bronx Bombers take on Atlanta. Get your Saturday, August 8th Old Timers Day tickets presented by Fresh Direct at Yankees.com/tickets today.
This is the Michael Kay Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael Kay Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
When you manage an active facility, disruption is not an option. Tricon Construction specializes in healthcare, commercial, and industrial environments where work needs to happen without shutting operations down. That takes detailed planning, clear communication, and safe, disciplined execution. Because when patients are inside, tenants are working, or production has to keep moving, every decision matters. Tricon understands how to work around your business professionally, safely, and efficiently. For complex work inside active facilities, choose Tricon Construction. Visit TriconBuilds.com. That's TriconBuilds.com.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Skechers Elite Athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one, 40% off windows and doors, and no payments, no interest for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See local showroom for details. Offer ends August 31st, 2026.
Joe, Leo, good for you. DNR with you, ESPN New York. So John is back from Disney, and he's feisty. And it feels like he's not in a great mood. And guess where he has on the docket in 2 weeks vacation?
Disney.
Disney.
Of course. That's what he loves.
You don't think that he should be studied?
No, I don't think he should be studied because I have someone in my life that is the exact same way.
But that person is also strange.
I tell her it all the time. Like she goes like a girls trip. Let's go to Disney. I'm like, hey, you're a 50-year-old woman.
Oh, she doesn't go with children at least?
No, it's just like John. I mean, John would go to Disney by himself or with his wife.
I think he has. So I said, Disney. I said, what? He goes, going back in 2 weeks. I said, you're going back to Disney? He goes, well, different coast. So they're going to Disneyland in a couple of weeks. And then he goes, well, the younger kids haven't been to Disneyland. I'm like, well, how could they live if they haven't
but
been
at
to
what
Disneyland?
point, seriously, like, I mean, I've had this conversation with my wife, right? It's kind of a depressing conversation. You're living it right now because, Ben's off at college and Alex is close. How many summers you actually have with your kids?
You have 18.
Right. And then, like, having the opportunity to, like, bring them different places. Like we were talking the other day, it'd be great to take the kids across the country to see all the different, different things that the country
and
has.
everything. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
John wants to pepper every Disney-related park there is.
At what point do your kids just tap out and say, "Dad, like I'd like to see other things"?
But here's the thing: if they don't know, if that's just if that's the norm, like it's bizarre to us because we know there's other things out there. They might not know that there's other things to experience.
Yeah, but don't you risk like a level of like resentment once they get older? Or
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, they're going to hate him, yeah.
I can't believe I spent my entire every vacation
So I could have
going
gone
to Disney.
like the Rocky Mountains or Yosemite or Yellowstone, and it was just Disney, 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 Disney Cruise, Disneyland, Disney World.
Maybe we forego like the 3 or 4 Disney vacations this summer and save up for like, let's go to Italy. So since John's super Italian,
right?
Like you spend all this time sending us pictures of your vodka sauce. Let's go to Italy.
How about even if it has to be Disney? How about even like that Disney Hawaii that they have?
That'd be
like
nice.
the Alani Resort. Like there's some Disney feel, but it's Hawaii. You do that.
Well, like maybe just not all Disney though.
I don't think he knows anything else.
Well, let's go somewhere else for a couple days, and then we'll finish off in Disney.
Yeah, I don't think he knows anything else. I don't think he's comfortable. I don't think he knows.
Did his dad do that? Was this like
no
a
way
childhood
every
thing?
trip his father was bringing him to Disney?
Yeah.
There's no way. So I don't know anything about this sound other than it's the greatest sound ever. Do you want to set it up? Do we just play it? I don't know what we do.
I don't even know, RJ. I can't even set this up. Right? There's no way to set it up.
RJ, can you set it up? I mean, we have to know something going in. No.
It's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the what did this take place at, Rick? This is the Women's Pro Baseball League inaugural game.
Yeah, that's correct. That's right.
I believe this was the opening event. You want to send out an anthem singer or singers in this instance.
Oh no.
Where you really want to put your best foot forward, right?
Of course.
So Martha Reeves is the primary voice you're going to hear, and it really didn't go as according to plan.
Let's get some backup help. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, is
this Carl Lewis territory?
Might be worse.
You want to hear it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What? Did they not vet her before they hired her to sing the anthem?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. That was unbelievable.
I'll make up for it now.
How about the harmonizing? It was nice.
She was terrible. She sounded like a chicken. Wow. That was really terrible.
That was tough. Yeah.
But do you this is a big moment for the WPBL, right? This is their initial inaugural game. That's who they decided to sing the anthem?
I don't think the expectation was that they were going to get that though. Maybe there was no sound check.
Ever? No, like they had that's not a singer.
That was not very good, no.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
And then she the speech, she's like rushing past them, and then she just stops for a bit. How did you find that? Where did that come up on your algorithm? Like,
it
what
came
is
up
that?
on my feed, yeah.
Wow.
I said to RJ, I think Dave's gonna love this.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is sensational. She is RJ, she is terrible.
I think that's one you want back, yeah.
Yeah.
Did she submit a resume under the guise that she was a singer?
I mean, listen. In fairness, we have had like pretty good singers that have struggled. The national anthem's a
Not
tough
like
song
that.
to sing.
No, not like that.
I think she's.
What's this woman's name?
Martha Reeves. I think she's actually like accomplished some things.
No.
I think so.
I mean, no. Martha Reeves?
Yeah.
This 80. She's 85. This one?
What I think that's more. The issue here, but I think
is that she's aged out.
Well, I think. Listen, it's a tough song to sing as it is. It's what we hear, right? So I think in the past, though.
Wait, now this can't be possible. She's best known for being a lead singer of the Motown girl group, Martha and the Vandellas.
Yeah.
No.
Sure
How's
about
this
that?
possible?
What do you mean?
You know her from Dancing in the Street, among others?
It says Motown legend, yeah.
That's not a legend.
It was a legendary performance.
How is this possible? This is like a legendary singer.
Well, I think there are plenty of legendary singers who, as they get older, like just don't sing as well.
So you think they just took like word of mouth? It's Martha Reeves. She sang in Motown, and they just said she'll be fine.
Yeah,
just bring her in.
I mean, is that crazy what you described?
I mean, was Fergie's good?
It wasn't this.
I mean, this wasn't Carl Lewis though. Like, I mean, I don't. Did
Yeah, but Carl Lewis is not a singer.
Right.
And the Rockets, red flag.
Uh-oh.
Right, but I could understand vetting Carl Lewis. Like, hey, listen, Carl, we'd like you to do it, but let's hear it first, just to make sure it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you have someone that's like, this is her business. She's had success doing it. You probably take her word for it. She's not going to want to go up there and embarrass herself.
Well, she's not going to want to, but she sure did a hell of a job.
Listen, we've had moments, man. I mean, sometimes it just happens. Like, did you see RJ saw Ryan Whitney at the Buffalo Sabres game with the beer saber?
Yeah, sometimes it gets away from you.
Sometimes it gets away from you.
Age never loses.
Age is undefeated.
It is. You cannot defeat Father Time.
If you got to see the video though. Do yourself a favor during the next break and watch the video because the backup, like the backup.
What's their facial expressions look like? Are they horrified?
They're not. I don't think they're sure how they actually can how are we supposed to harmonize with this?
Well, she's running ahead.
I think the words end up being different at some point. Yeah,
that was glorious. Who's doing 3 stars today? Joe Leo, you doing the 3 stars?
Yes, and that'll be featured for sure.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
I don't know how we get anything better than that.
That
or worse.
Outside Dave singing the anthem, I think that's probably as good as it gets.
I got to be honest with you. RJ, answer this. Do you believe I'm better than that?
Yeah, but
I'm better than Martha Reeves.
Right, but you didn't really open it up though. Like that was just the beginning.
Like you got to go for it, and you got to
go for it.
You got to deal with
reaching.
Yeah, well, you got to deal with the reverb coming back at you. Everyone's staring at you. Backup
I'm told
singers.
this woman is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who is that?
That's Flavor Flav.
Yeah, I thought that was Flavor Flav. Yeah, but Flavor Flav is, in fairness, the Flavor Flav is not known for his vocals. I don't.
This
think.
is like if Mark Gastineau lined up at defensive end in Week 1. That's what this is like. Like this is clearly passed her by, and they just took her word, and then this.
I could say something really out of bounds right now, but I'm not going to.
Is it a shot at someone?
No, kind of, but it's super. It would be hilarious, but it's super out of bounds. I'm not going to say it. I'll tell you off the air.
RJ, what do you think it could possibly be?
I don't know. Let's stay inbounds, though. Let's stay inbounds.
What do you think it could possibly be if Rick is self-policing?
Yeah, bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. The things that cause meetings.
The fact that I thought about it makes me feel bad about myself as a human being that I thought it.
I mean, that's a race car driver in the passenger seat saying, you know what, I think we should slow down.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So we should listen.
That's a man who has no barriers, who walked up to this point and said, you know what? No. I cannot. I cannot. All right. On that note, pun intended, let's take a break. 800-919-3776. Should we have any excitement about Geno and the Jets and the performance that he gave over the weekend, or should we all be like Joe Leo and it's just, no pads, no excitement? DNR with you, ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, law, bite back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid, bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
This is the Dan Graca Show.
On paper, the Jets have a more talented roster than the Giants do. 1-53, but why is there all this optimism about the Giants? And yet, as far as the Jets are concerned, it seems to be same old, same old. And the expectations are at a bare minimum. Again, you know what the difference is? There's a lot more quasi-certainty with the two most important positions in the NFL with the Giants, the head coach and the quarterback.
The Dan Graca Show, weeknights at 7 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See him in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off. And you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
This is not her.
This is her.
This is the same lady?
Apparently.
How is that possible?
This is prime Martha.
I mean, like you've heard her sing. Hey, go for it.
Yeah, I guess they probably got the opportunity of you can get Martha Reeves, and then they jumped at it.
Right. Like, you're not doing sound check. Like she's gonna
little did they realize that the zip was not on the fastball anymore. She sounds like Ethel Merman.
It's like they said, hey, do a spooky version of the American National.
This no, it's the same way, Kevin, the same woman. She's like yelling.
RJ, do you have the part where they start doing like they're like the words change, like they're in unison, but the backup singers are singing different words? See if you can find that part. That's my favorite part.
I can't believe it's the same woman.
And the rock is red glare.
I told you, man. You can't stop listening to it.
Oh, my God. It's just shrieking the anthem.
Sing it scary.
Give us a Halloween version of the anthem. Ooh. Wow.
That's good stuff. I told you. I mean, that's not a bad tease, no?
No, it's a good tease. Do you think we're being mean, though?
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
You okay with that?
Yeah. I think listen, I self-policed. I could have I could have said something really nasty, but I didn't say it. Yeah, but is it mean? There's no way she could have heard, like, she could listen back to that and be like, that was my best.
Or the land of the free.
That's like what she's doing. Why would she do this?
I mean, I guess you asked the same question about, like, well, no, it's not the same. Like people with the first pitch that throw at the ceremonial first pitch. Like if you know you can't throw a baseball, just don't agree to it.
Yeah, but if you were Tom Seaver, you assume you can throw at the first pitch. This woman is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She's older now.
Yeah. All right. So Joe Leo, he poo-poos this. I don't. I think it matters. Geno Smith. See, here's the thing. If it was Zach Wilson and he stunk, if it was anybody and they stunk, we would spend time on an awful performance. So Geno goes out, throws perfectly over the weekend. I think that you have to give them some credit for having a good day of practice. I'm not saying you have to anoint the Jets as the favorite to win the AFC, but give them credit for having a good day of practice.
Right. It's better than the alternative. I think the point you just made, though, is a good point. It's kind of why we're talking about this national anthem. Had she sung a great national anthem, no one's talking about it because it was so bad. We're talking about it. So, like, if a quarterback goes out and has a great day with no pads, I think a lot of people feel like Joe Leo feels. As opposed to if it was no pads and it's 11 on 11 and he stinks and he's throwing interceptions, it's going to be a big topic of conversation. Right. Knowing that, the last couple of years for Geno Smith haven't been great. Last year was, particularly bad. He's 35 years old, right? So, like, I mean, there's been a lot of noise around him outside, off the field. So, like, what version of Geno Smith are you going to get? I mean, to have him go out and have a good practice is a positive sign.
It is a positive sign. And again, I'm not saying now the Jets are going to win 7 games or be a terrific team or that even Geno is going to be good. But it's a better piece of information you have now than you had Friday before he had a really good practice. I think it's unfair. I think that we're so in tune with the Jets are such a joke and they're so awful that if they have a moment of something good happens that we can't take that and with a grain of salt but be excited by that. Why?
But, Dave, this shouldn't be a story. Like, is this a story anywhere else around the league that the starting quarterback had a good day?
Yes.
Without pads?
Absolutely.
Where?
Jackson
everywhere.
Having a good day would be a big.
Patrick Mahomes. That's a big.
I don't know about that because
Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams,
C.J. Stroud
Daniels
goes 11 of 11. I think that it's being as bad as he was last year. It's worthy of a minute of conversation. Absolutely.
I just. This shouldn't be. This should be expected from him.
Okay, no, it shouldn't be because of the season that he had last year. The expectation is that Geno Smith is not going to be great, which is why when he has a good practice, you talk about it. It doesn't matter if Patrick Mahomes has a good practice, bad practice. Maybe more importantly now that he has good practices because he's coming off an ACL. But if
right, it might matter now.
Right, like I mean, then Jaden Daniels and C.J. Stroud have Jaden Daniels is coming off injuries, right, and he's going into year 3. Year 1 great, year 2. Derailed because of injuries. So could it be a story they had a good day? Yeah, I don't think it's a big story because of how good we've seen him be. C.J. Stroud has not been good, is headed this way as opposed to this way. Right? His rookie season was great, and now you look at him last year and say to yourself, well, could you imagine if they had a quarterback with that defense, they'd probably be in the Super Bowl. It's like that's also probably a story in Houston. Like, how does C.J. Stroud look?
Right, that's the point. It matters. And, Joe, you could say it only matters because it's the Jets, but I don't think that's fair. If Jackson Dart went out there and was perfect, 2 things. A, I think it would be a conversation piece. And B, I will be honest with you, it would excite me. I'd like to hear that my quarterback, who I'm reliant upon, who I think there are still some question marks around the NFL with, goes out and gives you a perfect performance. That would matter to me.
It's the second day of camp.
But it has nothing to do with the Jets being dysfunctional. It's situational. right? Like everyone's talking about, I mean, Malik Neighbors running routes against air is a big story because he's coming off an ACL. Geno Smith is coming off a really bad year. And you're not
wrong.
And
the Jets have come off a really horrid stretch of having quarterback play.
Right. Part of listen, there is some of that this is the Jets baked in, but that's more baked into the expectation that this is not going to work. Right? I mean, that's really the Jets baked in portion of this is look at all the talent we have on the offense, and because we have Geno Smith as our quarterback, he'll stink because he stunk last year, and it's going to be another epic failure.
If this was Cade Klubnik, I'd be singing a different tune. This is Geno Smith. Because Cade Klubnik is a rookie.
Okay.
Geno Smith has been a veteran, has had some success in this league.
Geno, okay, what would you say? I hear all the time that the biggest thing that separates the Giants from the Jets is the Giants have a quarterback and the Jets don't have a quarterback.
And a coach.
The Giants
And a
have
coach.
a head coach and the Jets don't. So maybe the quarterback is going to be better than advertised, right? The Jets, the offensive line is good. They have a lot of weapons. They have multiple running backs. Tight ends look like they might be pretty good. And the one thing that stands in the way is the quarterback. So maybe the quarterback, and again, maybe he won't, but maybe this is a sign that the quarterback is going to be better than we anticipate.
Yes, and if he has a good practice in pads or in a joint practice, I'd be singing a different tune. This is scripted and in shorts.
Right, it's scripted, but the defense isn't scripted. Every play in the NFL is scripted. Right? You're still going up against your defense. It's not. It's
And they're trying to make
it's an 11 on 11.
That's another
defense,
thing. The Jets
defense stands still because we're going to run this play.
But Rick, how good was the Jets defense last year?
Oh my God.
Okay, I was actually surprised you didn't mention that part, that it's up against the Jets defense.
But so what?
That matters. They didn't have an interception last year.
The scripted part.
Understand why you
saying the
can't take
scripted part's ridiculous.
A positive piece of news and just be mildly. You don't even have to
better
say
than the
excited.
alternative.
It is better than the alternative.
Right. It's just like the Malik Neighbors not starting on PUP. Does it mean he's going to play week one? Maybe not. But it's better than the alternative.
Hey, Joe, if he went 4 of 11 with 2 interceptions, would that bother you?
Yes, but I'd have the same reaction of it's scripted.
It's not. We stop saying it's scripted.
They know what the defense is going to do, and the defense knows what the offense is going to do.
I don't think that's true, Joe. I think the offense calls a play and the defense reacts to the play. Right? Like if I practice my power play and my penalty kill, like the PK knows, like has an idea of what I'm doing, but I'm not telling the PK what to do.
No, but they still have an
penalty.
idea of where they're going to go.
Well,
Which makes it even more difficult.
I disagree.
What?
So
If the
you know what it
defense
is? You're,
oh my God,
you're
I think
completely broken, and you want to be miserable about the Jets, and that's the tack you're going to take.
RJ, please tell me I'm crazy. Would that not make it more difficult for the offense if the defense knew exactly what the offense was running?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I just spent yesterday morning. I was reading an article about how badly Brock Purdy struggled against the Niners defense.
I thought it was scripted though.
I mean, scripted in a sense of like, hey, here's what we're going to work on today. Like, here's what's on the card. Like, here's the boxes we need to check. But I don't think they turned it around and be like, hey, Demario Davis, here's what's coming your way.
Right. Tight end up the seam.
Like, make sure
you
you
might
jump.
want to cover that.
Yeah, make sure you jump.
Cover Sadiq. We're going to throw it to him right now.
So, I mean, tendencies, yes.
Jump all over Sadiq.
Yeah, double him. That's where the ball's going.
But what I would say, I mean, it's also so early in practice that, there aren't even tendencies yet. It's just purely based on ability. So
Noah T emails in, guys, I'm driving around listening with my dog Herman. He's the sweetest, most gentle, loving dog in the entire world. When that rendition of the national anthem came on, he began to howl, bark in despair, put his head out the window. I can't stop laughing.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare.
It sounds like this is going to be nasty.
It sounds like many different. She's one woman, but she sounds like many different people.
For the rappers we watch.
It almost sounds.
Broad stripes and bright stars.
At one point, no, I'm not going to say it.
She sounds like she has split personality, where she sings in different voices.
Yeah, could you imagine trying to back that up, trying to harmonize that?
That was something. All right, let's break. We'll come back and we'll get back into the baseball. It is trade deadline day, and it is DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
One 877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@Yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit Yankees.com/groups today.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster, that trade for Garcia for the Yankees, the first of what you envision is going to be a very active day for the Yankees.
Yeah, so they go and get the guy who is arguably the best hitter on the market. In Garcia, career year, 23 home runs. He's just one of those guys where teammates will gravitate to him. I'm sure he's going to love playing for the Yankees.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
You guys have traded for Luis Garcia Jr.
He rakes. On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, now the big 9 o'clock hour, DNR with you, ESPN New York, trade deadline day. We are down to 9 hours until it's officially over, and we wait, and the Yankees have made their first move. It's a home run hitting first baseman DH type that can't really play second, but has tried to play second in the past, and now we wait to see what the next move is. I think Yankee fans want big moves to be made. I don't know if big moves, in fact, will be made by the time we return to the air tomorrow morning.
Well, I mean, what's interesting with what Buster said, I mean, you heard all the names and then to maybe end up with Tyrone Taylor and just a bullpen arm, I don't think that's going to be exciting for Yankees fans.
No, I think that they would be very angry tomorrow morning. I like we discussed it off the air. Adley Rutschman and Luke Weaver. No, I think that moves the needle. But no, Tyrone. How could Tyrone Taylor is like a fourth outfielder? How could that move the needle for anybody if you're a fan of the Yankees?
Well, I don't know how it would. I mean, especially when we're talking about having. I mean, you got Jason Dominguez, you got Spencer Jones, right? Like, I mean, how much of an upgrade would Tyrone? I know he's a right-handed bat, but I mean, he's not an impactful. Like, he's not a big
he's a good
bat.
base runner and he's a good outfielder,
right,
defensively.
All right, but when you're healthy, when you're healthy, right? I know you need help now, right? But Bellinger's going to be back. You got Grisham in center, and then depending on what you want to do in right field. But like, I mean, in theory, should Tyrone Taylor be playing over Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones in the outfield?
No.
Right.
The only way you could ever possibly envision it is if there's like a filthy lefty on the mound. They say, I want to get the right-handed bat, but again, I don't trust Spencer Jones or Dominguez in that spot. But that's it. But how often is that going to happen?
Right. I just, it's, again, and this is like a multi-layered kind of conversation. As we sat here through the first 3 hours of the show and we talked to Buster, and then just like what the Dodgers have been able to do, and if you're a Yankees fan right now, what your expectations are, right? I mean, this is not, like, even if you were one of those Yankees fans that just trusted, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of those Yankees fans around that call the show, at least, like that, trust Brian Cashman, and hey, it is really a crapshoot, and we don't want to start gutting our farm system because we like being competitive every year. Like, of all the years, right, just like the landscape of the American League, how good your rotation is. Your bullpen's been great. The fact that we don't even know what Major League Baseball is going to look like after this, right? Is there going to be a cap? Are we going to play baseball? How many games are going to be? Like, all these different question marks. Like, this would be the year that you get a little bit more aggressive than you normally would.
Yes. And I think what could frustrate, I don't know, RJ, tell me if this would annoy you even more, is if the Red Sox go out and make a big move for like a shortstop. Like if the Red Sox go out and get Corey Seager or C.J. Abrams and the Yankees bring in Tyrone Taylor, does that annoy you or does that not have any impact on things?
Well, that makes me wonder if the Red Sox catch you. If they're more aggressive than you. I mean, you're separated by 2.5 games. It feels like every time we talk about the Red Sox, that margin is shrinking. And it's not like even like the Yankees are playing. I mean, their offense stinks, but as a whole, they're not playing terrible baseball.
They're treading water. The problem is the team that you're treading water against is like 24-3.
Here's I think the better question, though, right? I mean, because the entire time we spent, and RJ is one of the people that believes in this, is that history of Aaron Boone would tell you that they need to win the division, right? Like that's important, and they win this division. That looks like they'll have the best record in the American League, and now playoffs run through Yankee Stadium, right? You get the first round bye, you set your pitching staff up, which really gets you to take full advantage of your rotation, all those different things. What are the chances of adding Tyrone Taylor and Luis Garcia? Turn your offense into what you need it to be, knowing that as good as your starting pitching has been, like we'll just say, let's use the 6 games for example, just because it's been like beyond good in the last 6 games, and you're 3-3. Like, how long is that going to last? Like, how long is the starting pitching going to last being that dominant to continue to buoy this offense?
It's not. I mean, they may be good. They may be. I mean, every night. That's the thing. You put out a different elite starting pitcher pretty much every night. But is the offense going to be able to pick up the slack? And if you add Tyrone Taylor and Luis Garcia, is that enough?
I mean, I guess against righties. I mean, Garcia kills righties, right? I mean, so like that's definitely going to help. But again, going back to the point you made to start the show, it's just like the redundancy of it. It's like you have a left-handed hitter, left-handed hitting first base DH. That's what Ben Rice is right now.
Yes.
And I guess it's so now you just have Ben Rice DH, and then him and Goldschmidt kind of platoon. Goldschmidt against the lefty and Garcia against the righty. But
it doesn't feel very well thought out, though.
I just think it's the reality of the situation sometimes, though.
Is that there's just not that much available, and you're going to take the best bat you can get, despite where he plays.
Especially because, I mean, of how bad the offense has been. And he definitely brings something to the table that you don't have at the moment. Right? He's got the slug you're looking for. I mean, the Yankees strike out too much. That's another thing. They just strike out too much. I just don't know. Like I said this to you. Like watching this team play every day, like they're not fundamentally sound enough to play these close games every single night.
Maybe they are.
They haven't been, though. They make too many mistakes. Like, that's not who they are. That's not how they were built.
Well, they're supposed to score runs.
Right. Great start.
They're built
starting pitching.
to mash.
Bullpen's been really good, and they're supposed to hit up. Yeah, they're supposed to. Last year they had the best offense, and they scored the most runs in baseball.
I mean, listen, in fairness to them, look at what they're without right now. They're without Judge, Bellinger, and Stanton.
I understand that. But even with Bellinger, the offense wasn't that good.
Well, Bellinger has not had a very good season. All the guys, if I told you that, you knew Stanton was going to be out, so I didn't want to hear Stanton. If I told you Judge was going to be out.
Tell me the guy who's had a good season.
Ben Rice.
That's it.
A phenomenal season.
Your everyday lineup, and Goldschmidt's had a good season. He's done better than you've expected.
For what you expected, yes.
Right, but I'm saying the starting 9 that you set out the season with, that on a consistent basis, this would be my 9.
Caballero's had a better season than you've expected.
Yeah, but still, like, I mean, Caballero as hey, let's play him all over the field. Great. Caballero as your everyday shortstop is better. Like, he may be better than Volpe, but he's not great.
No, he's not great.
Like, again, which goes back to, like, you could live with Austin Wells being just a really good defensive catcher if you had, answers at third base.
Therein lies the problem. You have too many holes.
Well, not to mention the fact that you also have guys that just aren't having good seasons. Like, center field wasn't a hole last year. It was a strength. Now it's not great.
No, but again, shortstop's a problem. Third's a problem. Catcher's a problem. Center's a problem. I mean, at the moment, left is a problem.
Second
right
base.
is a problem. I mean, everything's a problem.
Jazz hasn't been as good.
No, Jazz has been. Jazz is weird because he comes up with big hits and he makes huge plays and then he goes missing for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can say what you want. I'm telling you right now, like the idea that he vocalized what his intentions for the season were, and I get having high expectations, but to say it in a contract year with like, hey, this is how much money I'm going to sign for and everything else, and then you get off to a slow start, it is absolutely part of the reason why he's not having the same kind of year. I'm telling you right now, and we saw Pico through it, and it takes away from what Jazz It takes away, I actually think, from the things that Jazz could be doing on a consistent basis that would really help this team. Jazz has the ability to just be a really good baseball player that can do all the things you need.
He's frustrating because he's got everything there, but he can't really put it together consistently.
Well, because it's depending on what you're prioritizing, right? Like, I mean, when he had that little spurt where he hit a couple big home runs, it's like, what happened? Well, they sat me down and told me how great I was. And that none of us are Aaron Judge. Stop trying to be Aaron Judge. Right? That's a reality. No one on this team is Aaron Judge. Do the things that make you great.
So here's an interesting email I get from Dom Tyrone. He says, Buster literally told you the right-handed hitting market is barren. Yankees got a great hitter from what's available. What would you like them to do if nothing is available? I'd like them to go out and make something available. If you're willing to offer pieces that other teams want, guys that aren't available become available. They do.
I guess. I just find it frustrating being at the mercy of the market as opposed to addressing things when you have the opportunity before the season.
Which I agree with, but there's nothing you can do about that now.
No, I know, but I feel like there's been too many times where we've had this exact same conversation about different positions. And then you get to the deadline, it's like, well, we're looking to address, like left field was a problem. We have no left fielder. Everyone would call into the show. What are we going to do in left field? Well, I'll just play it out, and at the deadline, they'll address it. Oh, if they can address it, if there's a good option to address it. You need a right-handed hitting catcher right now. That might not exist. You needed a right-handed bat. You needed a right-handed bat, period, and you end up with a left-handed bat.
Kevin Gausman, by the way, to the Chicago Cubs, the pitching desperate Chicago Cubs.
Listen, maybe the Yankees circle back, and San Diego realizes that the Will Warren deal was a good deal, and that ends up being the best offer. And now your bullpen looks different. And now you
he's
feel
really good. Morhone is a really good. But now I know he's a lefty. Will Warren's going to wind up in the bullpen.
Now you got Stormy could end up in the bullpen.
Right.
You're going to get Clark Schmidt back.
Yes. So think about now. Granted, they're all righties.
Weathers isn't.
Weather's lefty, but Schmidt.
Did you realize his nickname was Did you realize his nickname was Stormy?
Well, no, and when you said it, I just assumed that that's who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But think about how much better your bullpen might get just on what you're going to be able to throw there from your starting staff.
Right. I mean, if they can transition to the bullpen, right? I mean, that's we all thought that the Mets and Yankees hit home runs in the bullpen last year at the deadline.
Right.
So you never really know. Like that I don't know. What I can tell you right now is...
But Weathers has been really good.
Right. Rotation's been great. Bullpen's been good. I mean, you look at what Blackburn's done, what Bednar's done, what Hedrick's done. But the more often you put them in these situations, it feels like every single night, like they're not going to be great every night. So, I mean, the offense has to find a way to get better, and not really knowing what Judge is going to be or when he's going to be back or what Stanton's going to be or when he's going to be back. I mean, it makes it more difficult to navigate the deadline.
Yep.
But
unless you just say let's just add.
Yeah, the problem with that is, and I don't necessarily disagree because that feels like what they did anyway. It just feels like one of the knocks on Brian Cashman is like just about roster construction, period. It's like, okay, we have all these, like we have a bunch of DHs. And now you bring in another one that plays the same position as your best offensive player. And you also have like, am I going to play Judge in right field? Do I know that for sure?
Mm-mm.
Where's Stanton going? Like the idea that people think that
Stanton's only going to one spot.
Right, but there are people on radio shows that say, oh, just put Stanton in right field.
That's ridiculous. You can't play him in right field. You can't.
The guy's coming off multiple calf injuries.
There's one place that you can put Stanton. He's either DH or he doesn't play. That's it.
Yeah, or he's a bat off the bench.
Right, correct, or pinch hitter, right? Which is a nice option to have. But I would also argue over the last 5 years, who's been your best postseason hitter? So if he's healthy and he's capable, doesn't he have to be in the lineup?
So how does this work, though? Explain to me, like in a less than ideal situation. RJ, I want your opinion on this too. Joe Leo's on the in the timeout seat for the whole "this is scripted" thing. He's out for this conversation. The Judge part of this, okay? We still have no timetable. They'll re-image it, whatever. For the sake of this conversation, let's assume he's back, but can't be a full-time right fielder. Explain to me exactly how we're getting our best lineup on the field, because now we're talking like I'm not going through this whole like Ben Rice isn't playing because of matchup. Ben Rice is definitely playing.
Ben Rice is
Judge
playing.
Judge is definitely going to be in the lineup. How is this working? Because I also know that one of the conversations that we've had is I'm sick of having guys play out of position because when we get to the postseason, all of a sudden now like the defensive mistakes become glaring.
And then somebody said earlier on the show, well, put Jazz at third and Garcia at second. So now I want to be bad at third and second. No, I'm not, and shortstop potentially. I'm not doing that. So I don't know how it works out.
I mean, do you keep McMahon at third and then put Garcia at second and Jazz in the outfield? Jazz doesn't like playing third. He told you
Garcia's not a good second baseman.
No, I understand that. And Jazz is fine at third base, but he's not Ryan McMahon at third base. And his bat's been inconsistent.
So where am I? I mean, I'm going to get Bellinger back at some point. Are you talking about long term? Or are you talking about the immediate?
I guess the thought would be if they're really if they're thinking about it and they're waiting on this to what I think it's August 13th, right? If they're playing that game, the control game with George Lombard,
right?
Is you bring him up. You would make him play. He would play short, obviously, and then you'd have Jazz play second. Caballero could play third, and then you'll have Rice play first, and then Garcia would DH against the righties.
Mm-hmm.
Goldschmidt would DH against, or vice versa. Goldschmidt would play first against the lefties, and then Rice would DH.
And then you wouldn't have Garcia because he doesn't hit lefties well.
So, and it seems like a lot of work to try to make the pieces fit.
It is a lot of work.
You know what I mean? As opposed, like I feel like we get in this conversation, like how do you get your best lineup on the field consistently?
I'm not opposed to Caballero at third. I know he's not as good as McMahon, but he's certainly better offensively, and he adds an element of speed at third base.
Oh, and he's a right-handed bat.
Right.
I just think the bigger conversation is, like, are the Yankees, as great as it is that they're always in the conversation, do they do themselves a disservice by A, talking their prospects up the way they talk their prospects up, and B, expecting these prospects to, in the midst every year it is what it is. They're trying to compete for a championship every year, that these young kids are going to be able to step in and help.
What do you anticipate they expect and or want from Lombard?
Great defense and get on base.
But do you think they look at him and they say he's going to be in the lineup every day?
Yeah, if you're going to bring him up, he's got to be in the lineup every day. They're not going to take a young kid and then let him sit on the bench.
That's a big ask, man.
Well, I know. I just think it's interesting that we could have all these conversations about guys that are really good Major League Baseball players, like Freddie Peralta, right? He's really good in Milwaukee, and then I hear my manager say that he couldn't deal with the pressure of being, he couldn't shoulder the weight of being at the top of the rotation to carry the rotation in New York. This guy's established himself as a really good pitcher in Major League Baseball.
I mean, he was in Cy Young Award voting last year.
Right. So, I mean, is it a fair expectation from?
No.
I'm
any expectation you have from Lombard this season is unfair.
But I'm not even saying just him. I'm just saying in general. Because I feel like we always, one of the arguments against Cashman is the a prospect hugger and everything else, and how many of those actually work out? Well, the fact that you got a couple is probably better than it should be. The fact that Aaron Judge turned into the best player in baseball, and Schlittler now, and Ben Rice, you're going to have some misses just because it's so hard. Maybe that's part of what the Dodgers recognized. It's in our best interest to use the prospects and develop them as currency to get players that we know can help us win now, and just continue to do it that way. And we'll take advantage of the teams that can't afford to pay their guys when they hit free agency that are young guys.
Whatever they're doing it very well.
They found a way to exploit the market, where they've been able to use their like you said, 11th round pick that they turn into now one of the focal points of a trade for Tarek Skubal, right? Or if this team doesn't want to pay, Braves don't want to play Freddie Freeman, okay, we'll pay him. Tampa doesn't want to pay Tyler Gladden, we'll pay him. It's just when you have that much money, I guess that's probably the way to do it.
Listen, whatever they're doing it exactly the way it should be done, because they're on their way to winning a third consecutive World Series.
I just think it's hard to expect a young kid that's finally just to get to the major leagues.
That's unfair. It's very unfair.
As ballyhooed as they are.
If you could, and this is even a stretch, but if you could say you're going to hit ninth, we don't really care about what you do offensively. We just need a solid glove at shortstop. I think you could get away with that. But that's not what the position the Yankees are in right now.
No, you heard Buster. That's what they thought with Volpe, right? Everyone healthy, right? Initially, everyone healthy, you bat him bottom of the lineup, and then let him go through the adversity, ups and downs, and no one's talking about it because we're scoring a bunch of runs and we're winning, and eventually he'll figure it out. But no, you'd be doing to George Lombard what the Mets did to Noel McLean last year.
Right, which was, he was able to do it, but it was very unfair.
Yeah,
and they did it to Tong, and it blew up in their face.
Right. So, I still think they need to add a bat, and they need to fortify their bullpen. And we'll see if they can do it.
I would agree on both. RJ?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. What's the word?
Oh, I have some words that come to mind that we could discuss.
Oh, the rappers we watch.
I think that's the word.
That is amazing. How you feel Joe Leo's been today?
Excellent.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's been really good.
Excellent. I'm not sure I agreed with the Geno Smith take, but I think otherwise.
How could you? How could you agree?
Well, that was a really bad take.
Otherwise,
I'm getting text messages about it.
Well, it was a really bad take.
Otherwise, I think
I'd like to hear some of those.
Wow.
He doesn't think you're getting these text messages.
I'm absolutely getting these text messages.
No, I believe it. I just want to hear what they are.
What are they saying?
I can't imagine they're saying glowing things about me.
Text message. I'm not going to read the entire text message.
Can you give us the cliff notes of the text message?
I'm reading it right now.
Is it going to hurt Joe's feelings?
Yeah, of course.
I hope it does.
Oh. See, that's
not
Joe,
nice.
Joe's out here to play ball.
I shouldn't read it.
Is it mean?
Yeah, it's very
mean. There have been other people that wanted to play ball, and then the game ended, so.
Yeah.
We got to be careful about the playing ball.
It's not great. Joe, I'm sorry. This is not nice. And I don't want to do the same thing that Dave's done to plenty of people that work in that area.
It's very mature.
I'm going to save it.
So you look at Rick right now, RJ is very mature.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Keep it to myself.
Okay, great.
I'm still interested to know how this whole living situation works, but...
Still mature, RJ?
Yep.
Okay. Are you ready for the stuff that you missed, RJ?
I am.
All right.
Now.
Walk-up three-pointer. He got it! See ya! Put it in the box!
The you missed.
Do want to tell you that after this, Carlin and Dan Grassa out at Jets camp. Armand Membu, Jamie Sherwood, A.Z. Thomas, Jeremy Ruckert, and more. That's what I'm told.
I love the and more.
It could be anything and anyone.
It could be anybody.
Could literally be anyone. So that's exciting. That's very exciting. Yankees over the weekend took 2 of 3. They scored 6 runs, but they won 2 games. Successful road trip to Chicago, where they spent the entire week. And last 7 times on the mound, Yankee starters have a sub-1 ERA, but that does not always amount to winning.
And Schlittler on the mound tonight.
Yeah. And they land their first, we'll see, of how many trades and acquisitions. Luis Garcia Jr., under club control through next season, was leading the National League in slugging percentage. Interesting trivia question. I'm not sure how many people knew that. I didn't know that. But he's having a career year, especially in the power department. Hitting .283, career high 23 homers so far, career high 76 ribbies, and an .873 OPS. But, as we have talked about, the defensive fit, an interesting one. He played mostly second base before this year. And I don't know if he'll be in a platoon at first. Played at second before this year. He was minus 17 defensive runs saved last season, which was last among second basemen. So,
and if what the Yankees are trying to do is to, win these 2-1, 3-2 games, you can't have your defense be a negative.
No. Yankees also sent Camilo Duvall to the Pirates over the weekend. The Mets lost 2-0 to the Marlins yesterday. Dropped 3 of the 4 to the Fish, but that's not really the story here. So David Stearns has gotten busy. Freddie Peralta sent to the Rays in exchange for a trio of prospects. It looks like from the guys that they pulled.
It's an awful deal.
Yeah.
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 Great.
It's
great analysis.
For what he gave you.
Yeah, terrible.
I'm trying to find a positive.
The only saving grace at all, and there's really not one, is that Sproat and Jet Williams have not been very good this season.
But at the time,
awful
that you made the
deal. Awful.
Yeah. Peralta leaves New York, if you're wondering. A 4.99 ERA in 113 innings across 22 starts. His strikeout rate dropped 6 percentage points. His whiff rate dropped almost 4 percentage points. And it's over. That's all I can tell you. Oscar Rosenberg goes to the White Sox, and we will wait on more. Clay Holmes did make his third rehab start yesterday. There was talk he could have started for the Mets yesterday. Ended up making a minor league rehab start. Gave up 4 runs, 3 earned on 7 hits across 5 and a third for High A Brooklyn. Not far from me. So, trade deadline tonight at 6 o'clock. We will see what happens.
He'll be gone.
That is the assumption. Elsewhere around baseball, Braves make a move. They add Male, the 31-year-old starter from the Giants, who are also expected to be big-time sellers. Cubs land Kevin Gausman, right-handed pitcher, in a deal with the Blue Jays. Tarek Skubal, you don't need me to tell you that he's a Dodger, so that's not good for anyone else. Braves also put right-handed pitcher Ronaldo Lopez on the IL with knee inflammation. Luis Castillo is also going to the White Sox. He leaves the Mariners. That was a name once upon a time that Yankee fans were yearning after. He was really good after the deal, but it didn't age well. Pirates.
You guys got Frankie Montas.
Yeah, that went even worse.
How much do you think, because they're on the hook for next year's salary, they take into account that we may not play baseball or may not play a full season?
I wonder if some teams are now angling that way.
So like the 22.5 really won't be 22.5 next year.
Yeah.
I think you have to. I think you'd be foolish if you didn't take that into account.
Yep. Absolutely. Pirates also put Ryan O'Hearn on the IL, expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks. He was
Pirates are right there, too.
Yeah.
Do I have Pittsburgh in my picks?
I think someone does. I did see recently, though, that Paul Skeens' velocity in the last month or so is way down.
He's been terrible.
He hasn't been good. Not throwing. I think I look up the actual stat, but number of pitches per start, 98 miles an hour or faster, average somewhere in the 18 to 25 range typically. He's had some starts recently over the last month where he's had 0. So worth keeping an eye on.
Speaking of velocity, I was watching something on my my Instagram feed yesterday where they have that new pitching machine that everyone's using,
where it looks like an actual pitcher throwing it,
and you could put in the actual
the pitches,
the analytics for the pitches. The guy was trying to hit against Mizorowski. It is.
It's impossible.
Unbelievable.
There was 105 miles an hour.
Yeah, but but he gave the whole arsenal though. It was like 104 mile. He gave 104 mile an hour fastball, and he was throwing all his pitches.
We took the Pirates under 78.5.
You and I did.
Yes.
That's not unwinnable though.
That doesn't matter. Who cares? I mean, no one pays off their bets anyway. You still haven't paid off your football pick, bet.
There's a lot of outstanding.
Dead.
So I was going to bring this up.
You should, because it's dead.
Well, not about. Well, it feels dead. So Buster had initially, was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, last week.
Well, he threw out. What was the 12th?
August 12th.
The 12th. So, I mean, I guess you're going to have to be flexible because you're away on the 12th and the 11th, so you won't speak to him. So, I mean, it feels like that our golden goose of an opportunity just got.
No, Dave would come in for the 12th.
Yeah,
No,
I come in and do the lunch.
No, I know that. But if it were going to happen, wouldn't you expect there to have been some kind of discussion? I know it's very serious trade deadline topic day.
Oh, so you think that he punted on this?
But there was no. I'm not saying punted, but there was just no mention of it.
We got next week still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still on the table.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see.
That is next week.
Should also tell you that Twins landed right-handed pitcher Dean Kramer from the Orioles. Just got this alert, which is exciting. Dave,
I'm big into this. You want me to?
Yeah, you want to announce this?
He's back. Marcel Chichito will be Team USA's head coach.
Marcel Chichito.
Future.
Yeah, he's gonna be the manager through the next cycle through 2030. So.
Nice. What do we call him actually? Panchantino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcel Chichito.
Mauricio Pochettino.
Pochettino.
Yeah. Or
Mario Panchetta.
Panchetta got the boys fired up. So, by the way, I told you about that. The World Cup investment, like a private equity deal. After basically the entire known soccer world said they would boycott the World Cup, that fell apart. So
what a surprise!
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
It was like a scam.
It wasn't great.
A Ponzi scheme.
It wasn't great. Myles Garrett's missed 3 straight days with soreness. The Rams have
Freudian slip there.
Yeah,
RJ.
it was. It was. Well, I was looking up at the screen that. Did you see that? I guess Deion Sanders is out at Browns training camp, just kind of like walking around.
Yeah,
that's an interesting
Did
situation.
you see that Deshaun Watson's open to sign a new deal, another deal in Cleveland?
That was actually what
extension.
That was what caused the Freudian slip. It's like, well, why wouldn't he be? And he's like, I love Cleveland. It's like, yeah, I would love Cleveland too if I was you.
Yeah, I love $230 million guaranteed.
Yeah. Jeremy Sohan. Thanks for your contributions. He signs a 1-year deal with the Portland Trailblazers. Mavericks extend Najee Marshall on a 3-year, $52 million contract. The WNBA news: Sparks trade All-Star Kelsey Plum to the Mercury, and Wemby has a new signature shoe deal with the brand. You might have heard of them. They're called Nike. So you can wear the Wemby now if you so choose. That's it.
That's nice.
I'll
That's
pass.
a good job by you. All right, let's take a break. Come back. We'll get to your baseball calls. We'll update you on anything happening, and we'll hand it over to Carlin and Grasso, who are at Jets camp in Florham Park. It's DNR with you, ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. Here she is. It's Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave, Rick, RJ, and Joe Leo. Guys, watch for delays with ongoing flooding on the eastbound BQE by the Brooklyn Bridge. 2 lanes blocked with flooding. Westbound BQE getting into Tillery Street, a collision blocking 2 lanes. 440 northbound the West Shore Expressway at Arden Ave, closed intermittently with an overturned truck. More flooding over on Tunnelly Ave at Route 7 in Jersey City. Sponsored by the New Jersey Department of Health. Public Health works behind the scenes, making sure your food and water are safe, preventing diseases from spreading, and so much more. One mission working for you. This is Public Health. Learn more at nj.gov/health. Alternate side and effects. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite Back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
This is the Dan Graca Show.
On paper, the Jets have a more talented roster than the Giants do. 1-53, but why is there all this optimism about the Giants? And yet, as far as the Jets are concerned, it seems to be same old, same old. And the expectations are at a bare minimum. Again, you know what the difference is? There's a lot more quasi-certainty with the two most important positions in the NFL with the Giants, the head coach and the quarterback.
The Dan Graca Show, weeknights at 7 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York, as we roll along on a Monday. 5 weeks from Wednesday, people. 5 weeks from Wednesday is the first NFL game. And 6 weeks from yesterday is the first NFL Sunday. So a couple things to let you know. The Angels will receive top shortstop prospect Arjun Nimmala, outfielder Eddie Micheletti, and right-hander Angel Rivero from the Blue Jays in exchange for Jose Soriano. So they move on from Gausman and they bring in Soriano. Soriano on the season, he's had a good year, really good year. 9-6 with an ERA of 3.29, a whip of just over 1.2, and he is 27 years of age. He'll be 28 in October. So I guess they're kind of reshaping their team on the fly as we move forward here, and the Angels will probably trade anything not nailed down because that's another team that's just absolutely brutal. And good on the Tigers for moving Skubal, unlike the Angels, and what they did not do a couple years ago with Ohtani. 800-919-3776. And secondarily, I didn't see this, RJ brought this to my attention. Apparently Jordan Renan, our buddy, is reporting that John Mara has been around Giants practice, around Giants camp, and looks really good. So knock on wood, that is thrilling news because the reports that we had heard were not good 6, 8, 10 months ago. And the fact that he's still doing well and is now at the Greenbrier and traveling around is phenomenal. So we are thrilled to be able to bring that news to everybody. Did you hear that, Rick, about John Mara?
I did.
Yeah, so that's great.
That's great news. Fantastic news because it was,
yes,
it didn't seem like it was trending in the right direction.
It was not trending in the right direction. You saw the photo of him, and he looked very swollen and didn't look great. And you had listen, I think, you have negative thoughts when that kind of stuff happens, but this is great. Great news. So that's where we are with that. The Soriano trade in Major League Baseball. Interesting. The Blue Jays are kind of like retooling on the fly here at the trade deadline, right? They trade a good starter, and they bring in a good starter as well.
Yeah, they're one of those teams you would point to as, not nearly as disappointing as what the Mets season has been, but
no, but pretty disappointing.
Right, on the heels of potentially winning a World Series last year to now all of a sudden being where they're at, right? It's you got to try to figure out because it's not the same just because we won 83 games last year and followed that up by just being one of the most embarrassing teams you've ever seen in your whole life, but it's like. You get to a deadline like this where you're not expecting to have to sell. You're expecting to buy because you're going to be competing for a championship, and you're not. The expectations for next year aren't going to change for the Blue Jays, right? No. They signed Vlad to big money. Like, they're going to be a team that's expected to, like you just mentioned, like make the smart moves, and at the same time, we got to keep next year in mind also because we're going to try to win next year.
Well, I think you're at the point where you realize you're not going to the postseason this year, but what can you do to make yourself a better franchise heading into next season?
Correct.
Yes. Let's go to Everyday Edgar. Edgar, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, boys. You guys got a lot of purists and savants on that show. RJ nailed it. Over the weekend, we won both games like 2-1, 3-2. Our pitching is getting us there. We got the bat. What pitching help? Who do you think will help us in the bullpen? What guy should we go after? I heard you say Luke Weaver before, Dave.
What'd you say?
He knows New York. That moves me. Why not?
He pitched with the Yankees. He pitched well. He's been great with the Mets this year.
He can do both, right? He can pitch the
New York is not going to be too big for him. You know that the moment's not going to be too big for him. I think you're not going to need him to close because Ben.
I think. Let's call what it is though, right? If it's not Mason Miller, they already made to offer up Will Warren, who they wanted. Right, they wanted the guy from San Diego.
Yeah, they wanted Marhone, yes.
Right, so that was to offer Will Warren, and I'm surprised San Diego didn't do it, just because their rotation's not very good, and you get Will Warren under control. That's clearly who they would want. If they don't get him, or that deal doesn't present itself again, then they would be Luke Weaver would be good, but it wasn't exactly what they wanted.
No, and also Marhone's a lefty, and I think that you would want him as well for that reason. Do you? Listen, maybe you're bringing Brooks Raley and you bring in Luke Weaver, right?
Yeah, listen, the Mets match up well with the Yankees, what the Yankees need.
Yes.
You heard Buster mention Tyrone Taylor, too.
Right. No, the Mets do have attractive pieces to teams at the deadline. They do. And Weaver's an attractive piece. I love Brooks Raley from the left side. Taylor is to me, just a guy. But he could, fourth outfielder, run the bases.
Oh, but he's a good baseball player. Right. He's not the big bat you're looking for, but he's a right-handed bat that can get big hits, and he's a good defender. He's a professional.
He absolutely is a professional.
Luke Weaver was not good last season for the Yankees, right? That's why he ended up on the Mets. But you've seen him you've seen him do it for the Yankees, right? He's pitched in the eighth. He's closed games for the Yankees. There's a level of. Actually, we go back to what happened last year with the Mets a little bit, right? And now I know he's not getting paid right now because he had a scooter mishap, but Harrison Bader or Cedric Mullins. Right when they were making that decision.
You go Mullins and Bader. Turns out that he was really good.
Right, but you've already had you've had someone in your building. You know who they are. You know what kind of player they are, and then you roll the dice with Cedric Mullins, and it didn't work out.
Mind you, Cedric Mullins hits fourth on the best team in the American League right now.
Right. Well, what do you think? That Freddie Peralta's not going to be great for the Rays?
I hope not.
Of course he is.
You really believe Peralta's going to be great for the Rays?
I think he's going to be much better than he was for the Mets.
Well, he's pitching to an ERA of 5.
Yeah, but I think
how could he not be better?
Well, you know what I mean. Do I think he's going to be all of a sudden look like a Cy Young candidate? No, but you're probably going to see more of a representation like what you saw in Milwaukee that made you trade.
Of course you are.
Right.
And in return, you got the 18th best prospect in the Rays organization.
I took a picture of this for you because I knew this would drive you crazy. So this is this is from the Mets Muse. At the time they made the deal, the Mets gave up their number 3 and number 5 prospects. They got a half season, a 4.99 ERA, and they got the Rays 15th, 26th, and 27th ranked prospects.
I'm surprised nobody wants Senga and his 0-8 record.
They tried that during the offseason. No one wanted him.
No. Well, why would you?
It sounds like I was just reading an article before I had to get Milo dressed for hockey camp. It sounds like Luis Robert might be going too.
I said that the other day. You guys laughed at me.
I
laughed at me. I
didn't mean to laugh, but I mean, hasn't been great for us.
By the way, did you see David Peterson over the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you go, 6 1/3 of one?
That's another
one
of those.
Run?
That's another one of those. One of the bigger indictments. It wasn't even like that Bryce Harper was laughing at us. It was like, I knew the second they got rid of Jeremy Hafner and he ended up in Atlanta that we were in trouble.
Yeah.
Like that, because that guy, we needed to get rid of the entire coaching staff.
Because look at the Braves now. It's frustrating. All right, let's take a break. Joe Leo, you're doing 3 stars, right?
That's right.
You nervous?
No.
You feel good?
Did you script it?
Maybe. By the way, Geno Smith in the pouring rain interception by Minka Fitzpatrick.
Let's just get one thing straight.
It shouldn't matter, though.
Let's get one thing straight since you're being real. Like, they got an interception. Let's focus on the positives here. We got an interception.
Hopefully we can get many more of those.
Listen, Joe Leo, you told us that it was easy for Geno Smith to go 11 for 11 and 11 on 11 and then perfect 7 on 7 because it was scripted. You better be flawless at 3 stars.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fully scripted, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So no stumbles.
Okay.
No mumbles.
Yeah. You already had your cereal.
I can't promise that.
You took your shower. Yeah, whatever else you do for that hour before you take the train, you should be perfect.
So when's your next meal?
My next meal
if
is...
you ate breakfast at 3:30, what's next for you?
1:30 probably.
You're going to go from 3:30 to 1:30 without eating food?
Well, I'll probably have...
How is it that you can't wake up, shower, jump on the train, and have a snack because you'll be miserable for the rest of the day, but you can go from 3:30 to 1:30 in the afternoon and not have any issues?
I don't know. My body's weird. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, you said it.
You're not kidding.
We saw that thing with no shirt on.
All right. On that note, let's break, come back. Joe Leo will be flawless with 3 stars. 800-919-3776. And then we'll head out to Jets camp with Dan and Chris. Next, DNR with you, ESPN New York.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off. And you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Is there a sounder, or do I just do this all by myself? Jazz hands. Oh, that's nice. We have breaking news presented by Boost Mobile, Rick.
Okay.
Luis Arias on the move to the Philadelphia Phillies. Yep. Phillies got him. Phillies need him. Their offense is putrid.
You heard Bryce Harper. We need reinforcements. We
Well,
need some help.
That's the first reinforcement, and that's your breaking news brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month, forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the names that the Yankees fans were interested in.
Well, that's off the table now.
Right. Just, I mean, he better defensively at second base, but where does he play? Because Jazz is your second baseman.
Right. He's another guy that didn't really fit into the Yankees.
Right, and does he bring what the Yankees are looking for? I mean, clearly they went on the side of more slug, more power.
I know, but he's hitting .324.
I know. I think.
Explain to me, and I guess this is just a pervasive thought around baseball. Explain to me how a guy that can hit .324 from the left side is not attractive to a team that has multiple holes in the lineup.
I don't know why he's not more attractive, period. I think it's probably because people don't prioritize batting average anymore. And he wasn't necessarily a great defensive second baseman. I think he's worked with Ron Washington, so he's better at second base. But,
Right.
I mean, I think if I have a lineup that, strikes out a lot and I could use some bat the ball, I mean, he's one of the best in the league.
Terrific. Sprays the ball all over the place, gets on base.
I think the bigger issue is that once he gets on base, right now what happens? Because, the guy's won batting title. Like, he's going to get on base. He's not going to strike out. But now can you, if it's not home runs, right, how are we getting him home? Right? Because I actually heard people that, like, if you were going to go with the Giants, they would rather eat Devers' deal and bring in Devers because he's a more impact bat.
Yeah, but I think we looked the other day. His deal's till through 2033.
Right, but, so who scares you more? And it's like, well,
Devers scares you more. But Devers is also it's a monster deal that you're now taking.
Right, but he's like I think the point is like Arias on all these different teams, you get whatever you want. Well, get how many? Like, should you in theory be able to get Rafael Devers? No, you shouldn't. Like, should Rafael Devers be on this many teams? No, he's that good, but he wasn't going to play first base in Boston.
Right.
Right.
He ends up come out. You can't pitch run for the guy.
Right, and now he's not what San Francisco is looking to get rid of a bad deal. So
That's it. Now,
listen,
the Mets are by far and away the most disappointing team this year in baseball. The Giants are not very far behind.
No, it's again, like, I just don't know why we've gotten so far away from valuing someone like Luis Arias, like, especially in the postseason. And I know your team doesn't have to be like all guys like that.
We've completely de-emphasized batting average and getting on base. It means nothing now.
Well, not necessarily. OPS is part of it. There is on-base percentage baked in, but it's a problem when they don't even show batting average on the Jumbotron anymore.
Do you think they can't? Because guys,
it's too embarrassing.
Look at these guys.
Did you see what Polanco's hitting right now?
12. What?
Did you see what Polanco was hitting right now?
He's hitting like 120.
Like 130.
I think he has 1 home run and 4 RBIs on the season.
Ugh.
He's horrendous. Joe Leo said to me before the show, goes, why don't they just DFA him?
They owe him money next year.
Yeah. I was like, they owe him money. He's like, just 1 more year. I was like, eat a year? He can't be this bad. He was not bad. I know he's not Pete Alonso, but you did not think he was this.
No, how could you think he was this? You would never sign him.
But he
if you thought
wasn't this. He was good on Seattle last season.
Yeah, right. Well, this is not. I mean, this is bad.
You think the Yankees fan will be disappointed in what they do or don't do today?
Yeah, I would probably lean if what Buster said was true. I'd probably lean disappointed. I think they have I think they had real high expectations going into this deadline.
I got more breaking news.
Oh, baby!
Brought to you by Boost Mobile.
Big news, jazz hands.
Yeah, Boost Mobile's getting their money's worth today. Brooks Raley from the Mets, and now we hate him, to the Philadelphia Phillies.
Phillies loading up.
And that's your breaking news, brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month, forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. Joe Leo?
Hi.
No bumbles?
Hopefully not.
No mumbles.
No stumbles, hopefully.
No fumbles from you.
Only from the Jets offense.
Jorge Polanco, 131, if you were wondering.
What'd you say?
131, Jorge Polanco.
388 OPS. OPS 388.
Really fine. Good stuff. Joe Leo?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you feel the pressure?
A little bit, but we're here for it.
Let's go.
Today's 3 stars. Number 3.
All right, we will start because we're talking baseball with the New York Mets, and I want to bring this one back. Well, Dave, now that they've made 2 trades, verdict? You still hate them?
They still stink.
What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to get a gauge
Brooks Raley and Brazoban and Peralta. Now I love them.
Well,
number 2.
You could talk about my body all you want. Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Things in a lunchbox, I have a routine that I like to keep. I'm very particular in my morning habits because I am not a morning person. I loathe mornings. I watch highlights. Get ready. We have to bring this back because this was probably the best moment of the week, maybe the best moment of the month. We were talking about Martha Reeves, and yeah, she's pretty bad. I could listen to this all day. Maybe not Carl Lewis, but it's damn close. And Dave, those are your 3 stars.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right, it's Rule 76.
No excuses like the Knicks. It's DiPietro Rothenberg.
Trade everybody.
Right here on ESPN New York and on YouTube.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. And I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance company.